Y'all come on in, baby. Come on in. I wait for everybody to come on in. 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 Y'all keep on coming in. Keep on coming in. Come in. Y'all know when I go live. Y'all know I'm gonna go live. Keep on coming in. Keep coming in. Keep on coming in. Keep on coming in. Come on in. That's right. Keep on coming in. Y'all keep on coming in. Come on 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 in. Come on
There's no budget here at the Boom Boom Room. See, we have no glam squad here. There's no hairstylist, no nail technician, no makeup artist, just you. This is a do-it-yourself type of gig over here, sweetie. So guess what? This will separate the little girls from the women. Now let's get to work.
Y'all keep on coming in. Come on 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 in. Y'all come on in, baby.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Our Point of View. I am your host, Chevelle Brooks, and we are here each and every Wednesday now at 9 o'clock p.m., but we are running a little late because I had some technical difficulties, and as you see, we don't look the same right now, and I don't know, they had an outage in my area, so I don't know what's going on, so y'all have to bear with me tonight because I'm using I'm using my phone now, so I don't even know how to work it on my phone because I can't connect to anything. So I'm here, and I'm glad you guys are here. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Rodney. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, and this your first time, Elizabeth, girl, and honey, and you caught me on a bad day. Hey, Jason. Jawakatima, you on time, girl? Well, girl, I'm late today. And it was working just fine, and I was like, I don't know what is going on, but then, child, I was trying to connect. Then I went to my app to see what was going on, and it told me that it was an outage in the area, because I was like, I know I paid my bill, Miss Thing. Hold on. So, I'm glad I got to Puff in the midst of all of that. Hi, Tanner. And so, so Elizabeth, thank you so much for tuning in, honey. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. And if those of you who are on here who haven't subscribed, please go to Chevelle Brooks 75 on YouTube. Hello, Juan. Hey, Ephraim. And so I'm trying to use it. And so I hope y'all bear with me tonight and all that kind of stuff, child, because it has really been a doozy of a time trying to figure this out, and my nerves are just shattered. So don't forget to share the live, have a watch party, and like everything, and tell your friends about Our Point of View, because we're here each and every Wednesday now at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 7 o'clock Pacific over there, Hi, Tony. How you doing, love? Thank you for tuning in. Let me put. See, that's another thing. See, I don't know how to do none of that. Let me post that. There we go. My Venmo is ChevelleBrooks@gmail.com. Chevelle Brooks, Brooks. There we go. Hi, Shalonda. And don't forget, as always, it is Pink Whitney Wednesday. For the last 2 weeks, I have been drinking wine. And that wine will get you together, child. But I'm back on my Pink Whitney. Hey, brother. Your mama in here, child. She in there laying in the bed. Hi, Mr. D. Hi, Donald Rodriguez. So look, y'all. This week has really been fun. My daughter surprised me and came in town. And those of you who follow me on my regular live feed, I was on my live because my mom was telling me that I had she had a surprise for me and we were gonna hang out. So the surprise ended up being my daughter. She had told me this about 2 weeks ago. And the surprise ended up being my daughter, Shavonna Brooks, and we have been here all weekend hanging out together. We have had so much fun. I'm so glad to see it because I have missed my big old baby child. And so that was a good surprise. Hi, Sharon. Hey, you, I love you. And so that was really, really, really a fun surprise. So me and her hung out, went to eat. Of course, we've been smoking and laughing and playing cards and all that kind of stuff. And then today, my mother, Alexis Davenport, showed up because she worked here in Houston this weekend. So we all just been here getting our juice, okay? So it's a family affair this weekend. I'm over here on my nerves is on 10. My night started back tonight in Houston. If you're in Houston ever on a Wednesday night, and oh my God, thank you, Elizabeth, so much. Thank you. If you're ever in Houston on a Wednesday night, please stop by the Boom Boom Room at Hamburger Mary's, where we have DJ Twerk Something on the ones and twos, and we also have Tiana McIntosh on the mic. It's $5 to get in, drink specials and hookahs, and we got Mama's Kitchen out on the patio serving it up with chicken wings and pork chop baskets and fish baskets, and now the seafood lady gonna be there doing the boil and all that kind of just so. After I get off of here, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Because the Boom Boom Room Presents is doing this thing. And so after I get off here, I go get my gist. And you know, y'all can also get your gist too. Speaking of these gist, these are my new fans, my new merch. And you can get your gist and for $30. And if you want one of those, feel free to hit a girl up and I will send you one. I have like 5 left. So they're running out fast. So if you want one, please hit me up and get one and support your girl and get your dish, okay? So another thing that happened this weekend, you know, as you all know, it's early voting and all that kind of stuff is going on. So I hope it started here yesterday. So wherever it is in your city, please find out where it is, the way you can go and do your early voting. My mom has went out. Y'all know I do my clip of the week, and I'm so happy to this time my clip of the week is my mother. So she sent me the videos. My mama make videos and just sends them to us. She's not on social media. She loves TikTok, so she's been on TikTok lately because I got her hooked on to TikTok. So she like to look at videos and stuff like that. The Facebook thing, she don't like all the comments and all that kind of stuff, and it'd be too much for her. So I hooked her on the TikTok, so that's what she do. So she sends us videos of her and all the time. So this time she went to vote, and she sent me this video, so I want y'all to take a look at it.
Okay, guys, I'm going over here and get my juice. I got my grown folks hair on. I got my savage clothes on. I'm ready for this damn heat, and I'm ready for these people, because I'm going to vote. And ain't shit going to stop me. Not this sun, not this heat. And y'all need to go on and get y'all juice and get y'all vote on. Because let me show you. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to get my damn juice. They could stand out there for 15 hours. I got my chair. They could stand out there for 24 hours. I got my snacks. I ain't going to play with these hoes. I'm going to vote. And I said, you go vote too.
Baby, let me tell you something. Baby, let me tell you something. My mama don't play, okay? And she got her what? She got her just. So she expect you to get yours too. So she wants y'all to go out and vote and all that kind of stuff like that, honey. And get your just. Yeah, so if you want a fan, y'all hit me up because Mother just got her fan, honey. Yes, man. That's what we call her too. We call her Mother Just when Jasmine started calling her Mother Just. But and she child, my mom is what they call it, going viral, child. So go on my page and share her video and hashtag voting and vote 2020, Biden and Harris and all that kind of thing. Do the hashtags and make my mama go viral, child. and she cussed. When she sent it to me, I was like, Lord, Mom, you are crazy. And so I done put it on my Twitter, I done put it on my Instagram, I done put it on my Facebook, and everybody has been sharing it. And for those of you who are on here that has been sharing it, thank you so much. And I sent her the messages and all the kind of stuff and let her know, girl, you are really popping. She gonna tell my child, the news people gonna call me soon. I say, well, I hope so, girl, because I'm gonna be over there beat and you gonna be beat too. And we go what? Get our judge. That's right, mama. You gonna be a success, honey. Yes, ma'am. So y'all go and vote. So look, I'm let me figure it out, honey. Let me figure it out. Y'all bear with me, child, because I just can't. Okay. So I'm gonna bring in my panelists now. I think let me find out. Let me go over here. Are they in here? Oh, see? Oh, there they go. Hey, y'all. I didn't know how to work it, so hey. Unmute yourself. You know, usually I'll bring y'all in one at a time, honey, but we ain't gonna be able to do it like that today. Because I don't even know. Yeah, child, my mama say she got her snacks, she got her chair, and she can wait. They can be up there all night if they want to. She is ready. And I want you to know she had more snacks in the truck, and she had a blanket and a pillow, just in case.
How long did it take her to vote?
It only took her an hour, though. She only was there for like she only was there for like an hour. Oh, y'all see Neil back with his smile back.
Yes.
But baby, if I tell you, my mama is a kiki child, and then I asked her, my mama, let me tell y'all something. My mama have been off work, and my mama, she have worked all of my life, and she don't know how to not work. So she sits at home with her mama all day and take care of her mama. She getting irritated at her mama, so now she tell her mama she going to volunteer somewhere. So I said, Mama, where you at? I'm at work. Where you working at today? Oh, I'm volunteering at the pantry. And then she turned the camera around. She's sitting outside in the yard.
She can't be bothered.
She can't be bothered, but she have to park her car around the corner because they got cameras around the house. So she goes around the corner to the little park and just park around there and just relax and watch TV and stuff for a couple of hours. She is so crazy, child. So anyway, how was your weekend, Tevin?
Oh, it was great. I hung out with Neo and a lot of the folks in the club stuff.
Oh, I see, child. What and what you do, Neil?
I saw Tevin and me and Tevin Kennedy all was out Friday night at Midtown Moon. That was fun. We ran into someone who watched the show, Juan. So he was very excited.
Yeah. One was very excited, and I like when y'all go out and y'all took a picture with one and everything. So one was very excited. One was so excited that he said he couldn't believe that he had met y'all, and it makes me feel good, like when people go out and get to see y'all and all that kind of stuff, and say that they watched the show, because that makes me know that what we're doing here is what people like to see. And so we really appreciate y'all and for hanging out. Even JC was hanging out with Kennedy this weekend. He called me. I was sewing, and they wanted to have a whole conversation. Child, I'm sewing. I can't hear y'all, and y'all drunk.
Okay. Oh yeah, so, me and Kennedy hung out Saturday. I went and picked her up, and we went to rail party. So. Wait, no, Gayla, I don't think he gonna thank you volunteering, sister. Don't forget, y'all, please share the live and let your friends know what we're doing over here at our point of view, and we're getting our judge. What you saying, Neil? I said me and Kennedy went to Rail's party on Saturday. I had a very eventful weekend. I did that on Saturday, and then afterwards, me and my other friend we went out and like party because it was Pride weekend here, and we did that, and we didn't get into like
8, 9 in the morning.
Your other friend, you mean Toby?
No, Toby's not my friend.
Oh, okay.
No,
he didn't get into that time either.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's my old man, but it's like,
I was trying.
Then I played cards at the house Sunday after brunch, so that was very fun. So I had a nice amount of people over. We had a good time.
Oh, that's good. My internet but not back up over here, child. I'm trying to see now if it's connecting. No, it's not connecting. I'm still on Wi-Fi over here. I'm waiting, Hugo. But it was very eventful in Atlanta this weekend. What was that about?
It was Pride weekend here.
Oh, okay. That's what it was. It is October.
You don't think the folks came down for real party?
Oh yes. Yeah, some people came down for that too.
It was a lot of people there.
It was a lot of people in Atlanta. But child, I guess so.
The Pride was like the only down part about the whole Pride weekend, like, okay, so the club that I went to, somebody ended up passing out there. And then the next day, it was announced that like he died at the hospital. Like
oh my God, what?
Yeah, it was like on the news and everything. It was like a black guy. He's very attractive, and he passed out in the club, and 4 minutes later passed.
Oh my God!
I need to call and see if that's my friend. I ain't gotta see if that's my friend because he ain't called me.
What?
No, it's not your friend. He just didn't call you because he don't want to talk to you.
he's still busy. Hey, Juan. Child, baby, he's still one baby. But if I tell you, we got so much to talk about, and I want y'all to send some prayers out for Portia. Yesterday was her mother's funeral. So she won't be here with us today because she's still mourning her mother. So y'all say some prayers for Portia, please do that. Hey, twin.
Kennedy in Orlando.
Hello.
And Kennedy is she's out recovering.
You got too full last night.
Nah, she just got some pussy last night.
Oh my God. she is out recovering. I don't know, but we'll talk about it later. I hope y'all saw some of it, but we're gonna talk about that later on in the program. But Kennedy was on the show last night. I should have got some footage from Kennedy's show, but I didn't.
Let me send it to you.
Yeah, see if I.
Wait, did we go dark? Oh,
y'all people on these phones and stuff.
Well, y'all know I can't. Okay, am I back? Can you hear me? Okay, y'all know I'm working on okay, y'all know I'm working on Wi-Fi over here, honey. So y'all gotta give me a moment, child. And then also, my cousin is about to come over here because she got to go and work my front door for me at the Boom Boom Room. So I'll be at the Boom Boom Room right after this. So yeah, Kennedy performed and stuff in Orlando, so she's recuperating and all that kind of jazz, child. So I don't know what had happened down there. I just heard a whole bunch of things, and we'll get back to that when we can. Hey, Mahajane. Hey, Craig. Hey, twin. Did you travel down there to Orlando?
She didn't go.
My daughter Shavonna said it. And after the show last night, they had a pandemic relief sex party.
I mean, hello. Only fans popping down there. The whole
a pandemic relief sex party, honey.
I want no parts of it. No parts.
Oh well, we'll talk about it later. Right now, let me bring in my next guest. Hold on a second. Let me try to figure this out.
Be ready. You're coming in at any time.
Don't try to do me, honey. That's the wrong button. Hold on.
I promise I'm not gonna give you no place tonight.
I'm better at these things when it's when I'm at my on my computer. It's so much better. You know, it's shit. No, I'm not inviting nobody else. Let me see. Then I go here. Y'all welcome into the panel. This is Dominique Sanchez. As soon as I figure it out. Is she in there?
No, we don't see her.
Well, why is she not in there? What she got? Okay, there.
Okay. You said I was backstage, girl. That's where I was. Girl, I was back here talking to Whoopi.
Girl, it took you too long, girl.
Girl, I was like, well, maybe they not gonna have me tonight. Hi, gentlemen. How are y'all?
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Hey, Dominique, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Chevelle, girl.
We do, child. Look, y'all got to excuse me. I am working on bootleg over here because I'm not used to working on this form, so everything is so different on this type of on my phone than it is on my computer. So y'all have to bear with me when I'm trying to find stuff and put stuff up and do all of this, and you know it's a pink Whitney type of night. So you drinking?
Oh, I got this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You got your cocktail, Neil? What's Tevin at?
I'm right here.
You got a cocktail?
I did. I had to go get it.
Oh, he got the Jack. Yeah.
Oh, Tevin, you came up, Tevin.
Okay.
I'm still waiting on you.
Tanisha.
You owe me a bottle.
Cheers.
Oh, you're right, Tevin. Well, I tell you, we have so much to talk about in so little time.
Yes, we do. So if Emil, if you could take over right quick, I need to go handle some business right quick, and so I'm gonna be right back. Okay.
Okay. You know.
Put that shit out. I mean, stuff out.
You know that was Chevelle's way. Chevelle got to go use the restroom right quick.
Oh, okay. Well, honey, a woman has to do what she has to do.
She has to do what she got to do.
Does she got a boo-boo?
Probably so. You know, our first topics were all like the political topics, and Dominique, you know politics.
I'm a very avid CNN and MSNBC watcher.
Yeah, so our first topic was like, how do you feel about Trump getting back on the campaign trails and being back around crowds and stuff?
Oh Lord, I mean, it's just been a total travesty to be quite honest with you. And I think the part that I think was just so just bewildered me the most was that, you know, they wouldn't even tell everybody if he had any testing prior to him going back out there. And so, you know, so you're automatically putting people in a panic because, you know, they don't know what they're walking into. But of course, you know, he has his faithful followers that they don't care if he has leprosy. They're going to be there regardless. But it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy because you guys have a set of standards for us, but you're allowing him to do whatever he wants to do, and that's okay. He should have still been at the White House. He needed to wait out those 14 days, and I think they should have made his test results public so that, you know, even the people that don't care whether he still have it or not, you know, we still want to know if he's out there infecting people.
Yes, and you know, I guess he's behind in a lot of polls, so he feels he got to go out there and be seen. However, at this point, I think most Americans already made up their mind who they're gonna vote for. So going out there and rushing to the campaign trails, you're not gonna change too many people's minds. Like the people who want to ride with you, they are already riding with you.
So, but it's just that reality star thing in him. He just wants to be seen, whether because I think that in the back of his mind, I think that he probably already knows that it's probably going to be a wrap for him. So he wants to get as much public attention as he can.
Oh, definitely so. And he's a reality star. So prior to Donald Trump even becoming president, I watched every single season of Celebrity Apprentice. Even before it was Celebrity Apprentice, when it was just a regular Apprentice, because that was like one of my favorite reality shows. So I would just love for him to go back to doing that. But
what? Somebody
he likes to be on TV, so I think he's gonna do something to still be out there.
He probably will, and he'll probably start using political figures on the show and start making people do stuff as it relates to politics, as not so much the business end of it. Because he probably already have a team working on his next move.
Yes.
As soon as we get that lady out, she going to jail.
Well, he definitely is going to have an uphill battle in New York with those judges and lawyers, because I do think that they are going to try to press charges on him.
You think they're going to let that lady in?
What? Oh gosh, it's a done deal. It's a done deal because Oh well, no. I'm just saying that they just had these hearings as a formality. They have the votes. They have the votes. They have the votes. They have the votes in the Judiciary Committee. They have the votes in the Senate. They just only did that because they had to. And it's all about optics for them. They just wanted to appear like they give a care what the American people think, but their minds were made up, and that's why they pushed it. That's why they pushed it so hard.
And she's gonna get nominated, and she's gonna be a Supreme Court justice. So
exactly, and that's why I need, even though I can kind of understand why Joe Biden and Senator Harris don't want to necessarily say what they would do with the Supreme Court, but because there's some moderate Democrats who are not on board with stacking the courts and all this, so they probably don't want to really try to say right now until the election is over. But if you care about the American people to the level that you're claiming that you care about the American people, I just feel like that's something that they need to do. I think that they do need to add more justices to level the playing field, because if you have a majority conservative court, they're going to be voting for a lot of things that are not in the best interest of so many people. So how are you going to just sit back and allow this to happen?
Right.
What are y'all talking about?
Politics.
And I'm sorry
about
Trump do that.
Trump being back on the campaign trails and all that kind of stuff, and then we went into talk about the Supreme Court nominee.
What does it mean? What does it mean when they keep on asking, are they going to stack the court or something?
That means add more people.
Right. Take it from the number that we have now to 13.
Oh, okay.
So they would get rid of the filibuster rule. Well, that's just what people have been throwing around, that's what they feel that they should do. But, Joe Biden and Senator Harris have said that's just a hypothetical question, and they just don't want to give a definite answer on that. But, but as I was saying before, surely you guys can't just leave it as it is.
Oh, I like Dominique. I get it when she talk, girl.
Well, I mean, if I'm running for something, you can't reveal your whole hand.
Exactly.
In the moment. You gotta wait.
Yes, because I mean, if you put everything out on the table, then you have no surprises.
Yes.
Yeah. So and then like I said, they just, I mean, like Neil was saying earlier that pretty much everybody has made up their minds who they're going to vote for, but you still have some people who are not early voting, who with something like that, if they say, yeah, we're going to do it, they would back out and they would change their minds and not probably not vote for Trump, but probably just not vote at all. And that could be catastrophic. So it's just not worth it. Just keep your mouth closed and just, when the time comes and you get in office, because he can't do anything until he's in office. So why give a definite answer on that right now anyway?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, like next, this week, tomorrow was supposed to be like the second presidential debate, but since they're not having it anymore, they're doing like town hall meetings. And the town hall meetings are happening at the exact same time. So if you go to NBC, they're going to be airing Donald Trump at 8:00 tomorrow night, and ABC will be airing Joe Biden at the same time. So
we're gonna miss out on something.
Well, yeah, it's impossible to watch both because they're happening at the exact same time. So a lot of people are like really over NBC because NBC is kind of more liberal. So they're trying to figure out, why are you guys doing a debate or a town hall at the same time that ABC is doing it with Joe Biden?
They trying to see the viewers want to see who get that.
Yeah,
that's what they trying to do.
With Joe Biden, since I'm already kind of riding Joe Biden train, I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump and NBC has more views, because people want to see the foolishness that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth when he's speaking in a town hall format. So I wouldn't be surprised if Donald Trump had more views tomorrow, because people just want to see what he has to say and how he's going to address the people.
Yeah, I mean, he's a comic relief.
Yes.
And people want to have, because we already know that Joe Biden is going to be serious. He's going to talk about business, but people want to get in there and they want to sit back. They're going to have their chips and salsa. They're going to have their beer, and they're going to sit back and laugh at Donald Trump. I mean, why would you not want? It's almost like when when you see an accident, you can't turn away from the accident because you want to know what's going on. They want to see how much of a fool he gonna make of himself. Yeah, that's what it is. They want to see how much of a fool he gonna make of himself.
Oh, I want to. I just got that our county here in Houston, Harris County, have broke breaking early voting records. That's a good thing, because I saw that like a lot of people here were in line. The lines were wrapped around the corners for early voting. So y'all, please, if you are in Houston, please get out there and do your voting and find out where you are in your county and where you are supposed to go to vote and when early voting starts.
Georgia broke an early voting record too. Like people are really amped up and excited to vote this year, and I'm hoping that.
And I'm glad.
I'm hoping that everything that happened with the Black Lives Movement and the protests and all that translate into people excited about going to the polls and voting, and people excited about, especially young people, excited about waiting 4 and 5 hours to vote, because a lot of times in the past they've been turned off by the long lines. But I think this year they're actually waiting.
I need them to be just as excited as they were when Obama was running. And because we wanted change, and back then we were fighting for a black president. Mainly, that's what they were. We all were fighting for, to get a black president. But now we're fighting for change. So we need to fight for that same thing. Have that same energy that we had when he was running for office, because those things still matter. Like the Obamacare, the Affordable Health Care Act, all of that stuff. That matters. So your voices need to be heard, and especially the young ones. If you have people on here who have kids, or your nieces and nephews, or even your cousins, because I talk to my cousins about voting and all that, and making sure that they're doing their part. So you have to, talk to people and make them interested and excited about it. Put something exciting in there to make them, want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Throw that in there.
Right. But I guess I get a little confused when people talk about this whole excitement thing, because my life is enough for me to get excited. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So people say, oh, I'm not for Biden because he doesn't excite me. Well, what about your life? should you be trying to get excited about? Because if you don't do the right thing now, not only is this going to affect you in the here and now, it's going to affect generations further down the line. Mm-hmm. So I just don't get you need to be excited. Then what you need him to do? Go get a dildo and tickle your butthole or something? I'm not understanding what it is that y'all need. You know?
But you know what? But
what do you want?
You're absolutely right about the excitement. People be wanting excitement because just last night, me and my mother and my niece on the phone, and my mother was saying that she's not voting for herself because she's like, I'm too old to have kids. I'm heterosexual woman, and so I'm not voting for myself. I'm voting for you guys who still can have kids, who still have LGBT rights going on and all these other things, because she was like, a lot of these laws, they won't necessarily affect me as a heterosexual woman who can't have kids right now, but she still believes in the option of women having rights.
Right.
And so she was like,
right.
It's important that people go out and vote, not only for yourself, but now you're voting for your kids, your grandkids, and people out there.
Right. Mm-hmm. And as a person who has an 8-year-old black son, it's important for him.
Yes. Correct. Tracy said, I hate that a lot of people I've talked to say they're not going to vote because they don't care for either, but I have, and I am trying to change their mind. Exactly. You have to change their mind. And it doesn't, because you don't care for neither one of them, but you got to stand for something. You have to stand for something. So just because you don't care, find something in one of them. Hopefully you go where you need to go.
What's you guys' preferred way of voting? In like absentee ballot, drop off in the box, early voting.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Go ahead. I want to see it. I want to stick my ballot in that box myself. I don't want them to give me, it got lost in the mail or any of that stuff. No, ma'am. I want to fill it out. I want to see it go down in that locked box so I can be sure that they still could throw it in the trash, but you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to say, but I don't want them to say, yours got locked. Well, of course you would never know, but I would just prefer to see it. For me.
You just don't want it to be yours. What do you say, Tevin?
I agree with Dominique.
And I agree with Dominique too. And I'm gonna tell you this. I don't want to mail my stuff because I have been waiting on something from a vendor for about a week, and I know they sent it and all of that, and it's just not getting here. It said it was supposed to be delivered on the 8th. It just got here yesterday.
They thought it was a vote.
So I'm not going to mail nothing. I'm going to stick mine right. And then I got a text message from a friend saying, if they write on your ballot ticket, anything they write on, I guess they've been writing on ballot tickets. Don't let them write on your ballot ticket. Child, please, you ain't finna write on nothing. Ain't nothing. I'm writing on here.
Yeah, no disinfecting the ballot either.
If somebody writes on your ballot, then they could possibly say it's invalid.
It's void. It's invalid. Yeah. So
and they said over half of California invalid.
But
you say what's happening?
They said over half in California invalid because they wiping them off before they use them, and most of the ballots that came in they invalid because they got that on there or something like that.
Baby.
Well, I prefer like early voting. I always vote early. I always go early voting the second week. So because the first week is a lot of rush, and then the last week is a rush. But I have the autonomy at my job where I can just take leave, and especially since schools are not in, I can go on just anytime. So I prefer early voting.
Right.
Well, I prefer early voting, and then I was talking to my daughter Shavonna, and she was like, "I prefer to go on the day of because she don't like." She said, "I don't want all the mess that goes on for pre-voting and them not being able to say that my vote don't count. You know, everybody have their reasons for what they and how they want to vote. As long as you vote, that's all that matters. That's what I'm saying. So if you got to start taking people because they don't have a ride, call people. Okay, make a post on your Facebook saying, "Okay, I'm going to vote today. Who want to ride with me?" You know, stuff like that. Because I even asked my mom, I said, "Girl, why you ain't tell me you was going to vote today?" And she had said, "I didn't even think about it." But then my mom don't even live in the same county that I live in, so it really wouldn't have mattered anyway. But so, you know, I just want everybody to vote, and you have the right to. So you need your voice to be heard.
Right. Everybody needs to help out. You are very, very correct. And I know that a lot of people are talking about, oh, you know, don't talk about people who haven't voted in the past and stuff like that. And it's not so much for me, it's not so much about shaming anybody, but it's just letting them know how important it is that because of lack of voting in the past, this is why we're here where we are right now.
Yeah, and
because of your lack of voting, that's why your relatives or whomever you're mad about continuously going to jail. That's why those people are still facing these racist judges sitting on the bench, because y'all not getting out there and voting for people to try to put people on the bench that will, you know,
and then fair. You got to know, and you know, we're not only voting, you know, we need to vote for these judges and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, prosecuting attorneys,
counties and stuff like that, and attorneys and all that kind of stuff, because all that kind of stuff matters too. It's just
all
not
of
about
that
the president
is very
of the
important.
United States. So
you better believe it.
You got to know what's going on in your city and you know in your counties and stuff like that, and what judges you put in there, your attorneys that you're putting there. All these things matter. So a lot of people not even looking into that. But you know, you need to know what these people are standing for and what they don't like, and how that affects you and your people and your friends.
Right, and for now, go ahead, Chevelle. Go ahead.
No, Neil, go ahead.
No, I was about to pick back up Dominique, because in my family we vote shame. If you don't vote, like my niece, I've stated before, like 4 years ago, my niece went to go vote, but she's like, oh, the line was too long, so she didn't go vote. So this time, my father told her to come over to the house after she got off work, and they went and stood in line for over 6 hours. And my little niece, she's pregnant, but my father's like, oh no, you're gonna stand in line because this is important.
Right.
So he made her stand in line for 6 hours, and they voted. He had a chair for her, but she stood in line this time, and she got it done, because it's like the family that I have, both my mother and father, politics and voting is very, very important, and it almost would break up the family. So they are really big into it. They're really big on knowing the people. Even prior to Donald Trump, you know, when Republicans felt type of way, it's like you didn't hate them, but they might not have been necessarily who you like. It's like vote for who you want to vote for. But now it's very important that everyone gets out and vote, especially young people.
Yes, it is. It is so major. And if Tevin's Black Life matters to me, if Chevelle's Black Life matter to me, and your Black Life matter to me, I need to vote. Because otherwise, me saying that is a mute point. If I'm not going out to vote for our lives, that's one way I can prove it. Yeah.
So speaking of our lives, and this is switching the topic a little bit, but we still are talking about LGBTQ lives and trans women lives. You know, this week, Darius McCray has been in the news a lot for posting about what's the girl name? Sydney Starr.
Right.
So now, you know, Sydney Starr. So a lot of people are like kind of upset with him about posting about Sydney Starr as a Black male who they probably consider or look at it as a heterosexual male. But in the past, he's like gave props to trans women before. But how do you feel about him right now in the Sydney Star situation?
And they work together on Stars.
What's that, Chevelle?
I think it's because it's not coming.
Tevin, what you think about Tevin?
I think he could have found somebody better to talk about. You gonna put the hood tranny on them? I mean, who is transsexual on TV?
But I mean, that's who he lives. That's who he lives for.
I'm just saying. I mean, if it was like somebody if it was a respectable person, they wouldn't have said nothing. But because of her character and the stuff that she be into, it's a big old problem. See, to me, that's what be the issue. So like, I'm trying to think. So if it was Laverne Cox, we wouldn't have heard nothing. But because she is who she is and she carries herself the way she carries, oh yes, ma'am, we got an issue.
But I think it depends on what. But I think it depends on what group of people that what people you're talking about, because there are a certain set of people in this world that it don't matter what transsexual you're talking about, they're gonna have an issue with it because it's a transsexual.
It's a transsexual, and you give her props.
Yeah. See, the people that you're talking about, Tevin. No, but the people that he's talking about are people who have sense and who know how to mind their own business. But the people that are posting on that are talking about canceling this gentleman, those are the people that don't have sense. They don't know how to mind their own business, and
that's crazy.
It is crazy, especially in 2020. What does it have to do with you, and how does it affect your life in any kind of way? I mean, it's just really, I don't know. It just perplexes me.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go ahead.
No, you go ahead, sis.
God's child just said, please pray for the family of Sarah Blackwood, a trans woman who was murdered walking home from work on Sunday night. And for what reason? Like, oh my God. We don't even know these things, but please pray for her family.
Right.
And pray for every Black trans woman. Because it is hard, because we don't even know the reason for what even happened, to her. And she was murdered in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Wow. What's going on up yonder?
Wow. You got to be careful, ladies. You have to be careful. And don't just go to talking to anybody that walk up to you. These days are different. It ain't like how it was when I was younger. Those days it ain't like that no more. So,
y'all got to stay away from the cuts now.
Y'all got to, yes, honey. Girl, baby, let me tell you something.
That ain't the spot no more.
No, ma'am. You will not hang out on the cuts no more, bitch, with the trade and all that kind of stuff like that. And I still have girlfriends that work on the block, that are working girls. And, and I tell them all the time, y'all need to be careful. Just be careful. And even in Orlando, I know that I have girlfriends down there that do the work and talk to their girls, like Mulan and Angelica, and even Giselle works at a center, or have worked at a center before. But you got to talk to these girls and tell them to be careful. Now, everybody's not a sex worker. Everybody's not a sex worker, so I'm not saying that that's what these girls are. But it's every woman needs to be careful. Simple as that. Maine and Elgin, honey, back in the day, child, Jackson Street, downtown Dallas, all of that, child. Because if I tell you back in the day, it was no tape. Child, we hanging out there with the toots and all of that, girl. We all on the block. We having a time.
That's on the way home. Don't swing by the cut.
Go swing by the cut and pick up your tray. Girl, horrible. What you say, Mia?
I'll say, speaking of picking up people, How do you guys feel about Creflo Dollar allegedly picking up somebody allegedly
for the 50,000?
Yes, who gave Creflo Dollar some good sex for 4 hours?
Baby,
and gave him a job. He was the minister of music.
Oh, so you know the musician that slung the pipe?
No, I don't know it. I had read the story.
Oh yeah, but didn't the woman say that the pastor set it up? That the pastor from one church set it up, so she to build an extra building on the church or something like that. So now pastors not only taking all your tithe money, they pimping you out to help pay for the church buildings.
They pimping that come out of the
baby. They are pimping out the ushers.
Girl.
But
for 4 hours.
Wait, my cousin is in here, child, and my cousin is a hallelujah bound. I know she is straight gagging. Girl, yes, Creflo Dollar. Oh, you know,
he gotta have that lady booted off YouTube.
I tell you, 4 hours is a lot. That's 4 hours. That's a part-time job.
Child, that's more than a power bottom. I mean,
what you doing for 4 hours though? You in that
girl.
You doing
keeping it up that long?
What kind of battery you have that your phone is just on for 4 hours and you just listen to the whole thing for 4 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, do y'all think do y'all think it's true, or do you think somebody just mad at him and they're trying to, make him look bad? I mean, do y'all think that he really got played with for 4 hours, or do you think
it's going to come out?
I'll put it this way, Dominique. In Atlanta, I don't put anything past anyone here. Now, I do not think that he sat right there and did anything for 4 hours.
Yeah, I think it was a multitude of things that happened during that time. and so unless you're involved in some drug stuff, then
they didn't say no drugs.
Oh, that see, so
they ain't say no drugs.
They ain't say nothing about no drugs.
Have you guys seen the person Ramon?
No, I haven't.
Picture.
I've seen the person Ramon. I just don't see Ramon doing nobody for 4 hours.
What?
I actually see when I looked at Ramon.
You thought
what he looked like, Neil?
He looked like somebody who actually will be like maybe the parking spot and somebody parking their car in him, but he's not the car, he's the parking spot.
What?
Are you saying maybe she got done for 4 hours?
Where you see this? Where you see the picture of this person?
I went to Facebook.
Oh, you have to inbox me his name. I want to see him.
See, you should have sent me because I did not really have the time. So I was like, I really didn't. But
I had the time, and he just gave a sermon, like the pastor doing online sermons. He gave an online sermon this past Sunday. Oh, I wouldn't have listened to it.
Oh yeah, Dre, you can do your research on
I tell you, gave me very parking. He was very parking space.
Videos of that lady going ham on him, and he was trying to get her kicked out the air. And so when she tried to get him kicked out, he was trying to get her kicked out the air, everybody started talking about it. So that's when I started believing it.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, true. Because they sent her a cease and desist.
Oh no, they sent her to get out, cancel her. And so
they wanted to cancel her like they wanted to cancel Darius McCrary. Oh wait, hold on, we got a guest in the house. Let me see.
We got a guest.
Stop, Tevin. Okay. Yeah, child. Tevin, you stop. Y'all hold on, bear with me, child. Okay, hold on. Wait, you do it like this. And then you gotta wait. There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
You feel all right?
Baby, I was in the back. I was in the background for the backstage for the longest. I had to turn it off. I had to go boo boo.
Oh, Kennedy. Kennedy. Sis, come on now.
We know your water is straight filthy.
Let me tell you. Let me tell y'all something. Huh?
You mean you let fish do you last night?
No, let me tell you. Okay, I have actually been under the weather, but I still chose to drink, which I shouldn't have done. So I had medicine in me on top of drinking last night, and it just took a toll on me today. As you can tell, I'm really congested right now.
Yeah, you are congested and just flowing.
Yeah.
You sure ain't got no mold over there where you at?
What you say?
You sure ain't got no mold over there where you at?
Well, it started in the hotel. Anytime I go to a hotel, I always get congested.
I do too. It's in them air conditioners. That's why I be spraying like I do.
Baby,
Kennedy, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been played in for 4 hours?
Oh my God, no. See, I don't like to listen. I don't like to be played in at all. That does not turn me on. I like the stuff that got the blood pumping through it. I like
Mama paid $50. She doesn't have money's worth.
Hey, Angelica.
Kennedy, are you
Hey, Piggy.
Hey, Piggy, what you read, Piggy?
Hey, sister.
Kennedy, are you serious?
What you mean?
I mean, all this time I thought you was a parking space and you a car.
Well, no, I am. You listen. You already know. I do not hold back nothing. I am fully
in a parking space.
Right, I am fully versatile, but I do not like toys.
We're not talking about a toy. We're talking about what the boy did to Creflo Dollar.
Oh, you said I know, but you said played in. I thought.
Yeah, no, I just meant you got worked for 4 hours.
Not before. No, I'm not that kind of bottom.
Baby, I don't know.
I'm not that kind of bottom.
It's that kind of
okay.
Because if you can play it in for 4 hours now, and I don't care whether you man.
He had to have been on something.
You talk. That's what I'm saying. You told up, man or woman. Truth is,
he was on Rush or something.
He was on a rhino.
Then you got you called a two-car garage.
Baby, because oh my goodness.
And I just think it's very unfortunate that a man that has that many followings is choosing to do stuff like that. I mean, it just messes up. It just messes up everything.
It ain't messing up nothing just supposed to see. He gonna get a lot of dates now.
You need to watch out who you're doing these things with, first of all.
Okay, because guess who's gonna be at church next Sunday?
With me, I won't tell. I won't tell. Just
you gonna go to church?
You want to Creflo's church?
To his church.
just hand me a loaf every now and then. I won't tell.
Every Sunday.
Wait, yes, Lord.
I'm gonna go early too. I'm gonna go early because I want to make sure I'm in the second row, because the front row is probably already reserved for the deacon and the deaconess, but that second row, that's open for all, and I'll be there.
Yes, God. Please, take your camera.
Can you lay
so what you going to the what you going to the church for? What you wanting to park your automobile?
Definitely do. I always want to park my automobile.
Oh, then you got
Wait, I want to put my Big Mac truck right in a little garage.
Yeah, some can go for hours, but that's just not my preference. I get bored after a while. Shit.
Oh my God.
Honey, oh my God. Well, you better take a 16-wheeler, because if he can take it for 4 hours, that ain't no garage no more.
Make sure you. I told y'all.
That's a truck stop.
Okay. I said a 2-car garage.
Sometimes you gotta be willing to fight the battle, and I'm willing to fight the battle.
Hey,
Okay.
and make sure you get your coin too. Do not go in there instead of not. Go and get your coin too.
50,000.
Because even what's the one that passed away that was taking pictures in the bathroom?
Eddie Long.
Eddie Long. They got their coin from him too. So
He
know.
Yeah.
I've been looking for him.
He did.
Well, now you need to go look for Creflo. now you need to go look for Creflo because
oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna put out this claim as soon as y'all was finished. If anybody out there knows Creflo,
yeah, go look at Creflo, Joe.
Call me.
Can you lay your hands on me?
Pray for me.
Can you pray for me? Can you pray for me?
Y'all so tired. We're gonna take a short commercial break and we will be right back.
Play your mama commercial.
You want to play my mama commercial?
Yes, please.
At this time, I think we need to. We're gonna play my mama's commercial, y'all.
Okay, guys, I'm going over here and get my juice. I got my grown folks' hair on. I got my savage clothes on. I'm ready for this damn heat. And I'm ready for these people. Because I'm going to vote. And ain't shit going to stop me. Not this sun, not this heat. And y'all need to go on and get y'all juice and get y'all vote on. Because let me show you. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to get my damn juice. They could stand out there for 15 hours. I got my chair. They could stand out there for 24 hours. I got my snacks. I ain't going to play with these hoes. I'm going to vote. And I said, you go vote too.
Yes, ma'am. She told him.
Yes, I said, Mama.
And she was
I
not
never
playing.
heard that kind of language come out your mouth.
Yeah, that's my grandkids. I ain't gonna play with you, hoes. I come to vote.
She said her savage clothes on.
Yes, ma'am. She got her savage clothes on, her grown folks wig. Yeah, and she had her juice fan. Yes, ma'am.
You got to add her to the opening. You got to add her to the opening.
Oh my goodness!
Come on in. I ain't coming to play with you, hoes. Come on in. I ain't coming to play with you, hoes.
Okay. And look, and this is her favorite word. So I'm so glad. I'm surprised she didn't even say it, because she would say in a minute, honey. If I tell you that was her favorite word,
so
y'all listen to my mama and y'all get out there and vote, honey.
So okay,
let's move on. So last night in Orlando, they had like one of the biggest turnabouts, I guess, this year, and this is the third year that they have had it in Orlando, but this year they had like a lot of sponsors and all that kind of stuff like that. So shout out to Angelica Sanchez and Giselle Barbie Royale for putting on a wonderful show last night, and kudos to y'all. They had packed out a house, honey, and they had people from all over coming, and this was the
goes to contestant number 13, Hurricane Mika. All right. We'd like to thank everybody and all the contestants. Please stay here. Please stay here, Trey. All the contestants, thank you so much.
Can I say something?
Baby, go ahead.
I was a judge, and can I tell you that was outside of me being young and watching Chevelle do in the midst of it all for the first time back when I was younger, that was the best gospel number that I have ever seen.
Baby, she won't it
Yes. I mean, it was so electrifying. I mean, words cannot express. I mean, cannot even express how
Kudos
good.
to Armandis. Kudos to Hurricane
Oh my
Nico.
God.
She won that $1,000 and all them prizes. But let me tell you something about Armandis. And I said that today when I posted his live feed. Armandis can perform, and Armandis has that anointing. First of all, let's just say that. And so he listens to the words and what he's singing, and knows what he's singing about. So when he performs, you can tell it's not a game when I'm performing. And I have seen him do many numbers, but his gospel numbers, because I know he's got that in him, and I've seen him. And I didn't want to bring this up, but at his mom's funeral, and that eulogy he gave at his mom's funeral, so you know that's in him. When he said that he was gonna do the show, I already knew y'all got to come on with it now, because that Armandis done play and he can perform, child. So, and he showed y'all that I can perform.
And yes, Angelica,
I know you did.
Lord, listen, and I was like, sister. Now, I'm talking about hands raised and everything. She had went in on the people.
Oh, I know. That's another one. That's another one who got the anointing in them. Honey, let me tell you something. But shout out to Armandis, and send me some of that corn, child. You look like a little Fantasia right there, though.
Yeah, and some of her looks, she was giving me luscious too, just beautiful in the face.
She looked really pretty. Shout out to my grandbaby, Star Sanchez. She did her makeup and ready for the hair and all that kind of stuff like that. You know, you got when you going for a coin, you get you a team together. That's what you do.
That's it.
That's what you do. You going for a coin. She treated that like it was a pageant.
And it was a lot of good talent too, though. It was really tight. It was really tight, and the outcome came out just the way I thought it would. I mean, they really came, and the transformations were great, and it was a really good time.
So I saw his talent. I mean, I saw his performance. It was really good. But what is a turnabout? Like, what qualifies somebody for a turnabout?
A turnabout is it's an event where the drag queens turn into male lead and the male leads turn into drag queens. That's simplest explanation. That's what a turnabout is. It's not where somebody that's not a showman or entertainer just come and just want to do drag because they a boy every day. No, you have to be an entertainer. And whatever
I think it was more so on the strength he was asking, because a lot of people was asking how people were able to do it and they've done drag before.
Well, that's not the rule. It's what you do on a regular. So if you are a male lead entertainer on a regular, your turnabout is drag.
But to me, it don't have to be you don't have to be an entertainer. Turnabout is for anybody that wants to do drag.
Well, I'm talking about competition wise.
But if you do competition wise, he's a lady. Sweetheart did.
But he also won Miss MBU
before Sweetheart. I'm not complaining. I'm just asking a question and clarifying. But I'm not complaining. Yeah, I live for me.
Well, because he don't, and just because he did a pageant in drag doesn't mean that he don't qualify to do turnabout. He's a male lead. At the end of the day.
I think it's what you do more of.
If they were smart, they wouldn't have. That baby just placed second runner up to Nicole of Dupree and Giselle Barber-Royale. Ain't no way I would have been in there.
Child, please. Anybody can get beat that day. I'm on my way.
Yes, ma'am. And them babies from Tampa, the first runner-up was sickening.
And for some of them, I think it was, for some of them, it was just the fact that it was a turnabout. Let's get in drag. Let's have fun. Like the couple. I thought
they were awesome.
They were really cute. And you have to consider these people don't even do drag, like that. But I understand what Tim was saying, because
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, I don't really know what a turnabout is, because I thought a turnabout was like, okay, I never did drag before, so now I'm going to do it for the turnabout. Not
I used to do drag. I done drag before.
Yeah, so like I'm
every
confused
time
originally, that's what it was supposed to be. But then when y'all start throwing money in there, and the boys that know that they can do drag, they say, okay, well, bitch, if they if they allow me to do it, then they can do it. Because originally, it's for people that don't do drag. And that's where you go to the Turnabout to see somebody that don't do drag, period. And so, you know, it was your friends getting in drag. You know, they was gonna walk like truck drivers and look like a tractor
we didn't get that
last
night.
And look like a tractor trailer with tits.
No, it was a few.
It was a few, but we had some motherfucking women in the past. The sleeper had walked the dogs out of us.
But see, I did see a few like that. Like Kennedy said, it was a few. But see, that's the difference between like a newcomer and a veteran newcomer. The people that know how to walk in those hills and stuff, they done did it before.
Yeah.
But it was some like newcomers who was like.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Giselle did explain the criteria for those who was going to compete.
Also, she had like a criteria for them to go by.
Yeah,
I should have went down there last night.
Did it. She said it on her live.
Oh yeah, when they was asking for contestants and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, if I tell you some of their feet was killing them, honey, y'all.
Some of them.
Baby, somebody almost fell over their feet. Somebody almost fell over their feet.
Girl,
like, catch up.
Baby, they was in the twerk mode and almost fell over.
Next thing in the snow boots.
I would have been there.
But I enjoyed the show. I thought the show was amazing. Kudos to everybody that did it and all that kind of stuff. Like Portia's having one for her birthday that's coming up in a couple of weeks, and I'm supposed to judge. So you know I'm going live. So y'all can just get ready.
Yeah,
I might need to come back. I might need to come there.
Well, come on there because they waiting on you. You and your back.
Oh.
I'll have my back out when I come.
That's too big. You need sleeves. I mean, yeah.
Ooh, ain't it?
I like down there. I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage.
We need decorations on your back, Neil.
Child, look, y'all. So, anyway, what else was going on this weekend? I woke up the other day and found out that there was this big old brawl in Memphis, but I thought it was in Jacksonville because you know Memphis and Jacksonville, Jackson, they Mississippi that is, they be back and forth. So I thought it was in Jackson, but I heard that it was in Memphis, and they had people pulling out guns, people pulling out hitting heads over the head with a ball. It was basically another Dallas.
Oh wow!
He in here.
Oh, he in here.
He is.
Who in here?
Savion D. Michaels.
Hey, Savion, baby, you all right?
Oh, oh my God, he was in something.
Yeah, and look, and you know, so he started it.
He started it.
Oh Lord! Well, Savion, we need to talk to you. You want to come in here so you can talk to us about it? Tevin,
yes. Are you okay?
You want to send the link? So you know, we don't want to get nothing. I was just going a good. There you go. Hey, Savion. So you know, we don't want to misread anything, but I just heard that it was like a whole bunch of stuff going on, and they pulling out guns and bottles, and this is stuff that don't need to happen.
Damn, what was they arguing over?
I don't know. But Savion, if you want to come in here, you're more than welcome. We can send you the link so you can come in here and talk about it. But being a person, me and Angelica, being someone that has been in the post-tragedy, I don't take too lightly to people pulling out guns, and that's a thing that happened in Dallas. You know, why do you take a gun to a club? Because I just don't understand that. You go to a club to have a good time. You go to a club to have fun. You know, even when we were younger, you know, people had fights and all that kind of stuff. I'm saying it goes on everywhere. But to take out a gun and want to shoot somebody. And in these two instances, thank God, nobody got shot.
Go out.
Right.
But you know, these people are bringing these guns to the club, and you're pulling them out, and you're not using them. First of all,
yeah. And to me, it's just. I'm sorry, sister. It's just it shows a sign of weakness. You are a coward.
I agree.
If you feel like you need to have a gun to fight anybody, and I'm old school, like my mama, she said all the time, baby, if you can't do it with these hands, take your ass whooping and go on.
Yeah, and that's what the guy was saying. Taylor was saying on his live. If you can't fight with these, all that living and all that kind of stuff that you got, you a coward. You a punk.
Yes, and learn how to shut up and keep. If you know damn well you can't fight, you don't need to be saying nothing.
You need to hush.
You need to be quiet.
You need to stand in the corner and just get your judge. You need to hurt, because if you ain't got no hands, child, you need to hush. If you ain't got no friends, you need to hush.
Yeah.
You just hush up. Because
even the little baby
that had to fight in Dallas got the Pope beat out of him, child. I mean, to a blood, they rammed your head into the brick wall. You know what I'm saying? And all your friends were standing by, your dad's cousins, uncles, brothers, all of them were standing by watching you get the daylight beat out of you. And, I don't know, I'm just going on by allegedly they say you talk a lot and all that kind of stuff like that. But that does not negate the fact that somebody putting their hands on you.
But or having a gun. Just because you talk a lot doesn't mean
mean somebody should put their hands on you.
Right.
And you talk shit, that means you can't take what somebody's saying to you.
I mean, I normally
or there's some truth to that.
I would normally
fight
agree with
should
that.
Be a source of defense, and I just don't. And guns just shouldn't be in the question, especially for our own people. It's sad.
But then when they're gunning down us, we want to fight for all Black Matters and Black Lives Matters and all of that kind of stuff.
But y'all want to tear up shit at the club stuff.
Do y'all realize y'all doing the same stuff? Y'all making it bad for us.
They don't even see it either. Sad.
We have all this musician. Oh, we do have a lot of Miss USAs in here tonight.
We sure do.
The current reigning Miss Gay USA, Miss USA 2000, and Miss Classic 2014, and Miss Classic. What year you won, Dominique?
17.
17, and Miss Gay USA what?
10.
All right, child. It's a USA type of night in here. So y'all go vote.
Okay.
Y'all
Neil will park his car in your garage if you go vote.
Oh, okay. Park this Big Mac truck right in that little garage.
Hey, Jasmine Jazz, my sister Jasmine Masters. Y'all gonna follow her, the mean queen, Jasmine Masters. That's my girlfriend. We own Jush together, so we both get our Jush, okay? And if y'all want to buy a Jush fan, they $30. Hit me up in my Cash App, and please purchase one. I would love for you to do that, so y'all can get y'all just like my mama, okay? So we're gonna move right along. What you trying to say, Neil?
I was about to say, since we talk about Gay USA and all these pageant stuff, let's go to our pageant topics.
Yeah, we're gonna go to pageant topics now. Might as well, because we got all these queens in here. And while y'all started out, I'm glad they're in here so I can go tinkle.
So
you must be drinking.
What do you think has been the biggest change in pageantry over like the last 20 years or the course that you've been in pageants? Like the biggest change?
Kennedy, you want to go first?
I gotta blow my nose.
Oh. They cheat more now.
Oh, Tevin. But do you know what it just, and Kennedy, I don't know. I mean, you can tell me what you think. I remember a time when you used to go to the pageants. People used to plan their vacation time around pageants. And when you went to the pageant, because you knew, oh my God, from preliminaries all the way to finals, they'd be like, this is about to be just a bloodbath from beginning to end. So just that competitiveness across the board is not as strong as it used to be.
Yeah.
That's what I think is the biggest change. And it's not that I'm saying that, because you remember, I'm not saying that that the competition now is not good, but back then, all the legends or all the people that had these reputations were still competing, and they were competing against one another. And that was, people thought for them at that point, people weren't complaining about how much it cost to get into the pageant. It was worth $50 to go in and see Whitney and Tersa and all them folks compete against each other.
Oh, it was good just to see that one new person that was gonna come in and shake them up.
Exactly.
Well, the thing is, and I think what I'm just thinking back to what Dominic said, the originality back then is not the same now, because the first time you saw somebody do Chicago, or the first time you saw somebody do Gypsy Rose Lee, or whatever talent, but you don't saw them do it 40, 50 times now, and it's like the originality is quite not there like it used to be for me.
Well, that's because there's no friendly camaraderie in pageantry anymore. Everybody have to be friends. I can't do the pageant and say, "Oh, girl, I'm gonna get you," or we got beat. Yes, so we don't have no friendly camaraderie that's gonna make us step our game up. So everybody likes to go in there and play it safe across the board.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, of course, the economy has played a big part in it too. A lot of people that would love to compete cannot compete, or compete on the level that they would like to. I mean, it took me years to finally compete on a level that I've always wanted to compete.
But yeah, every time we take a hit, the drag prices go up.
Yeah, I mean, I spent the first part of my pageant career wearing other people's stuff.
Oh, I ain't never did them.
Oh well, I mean, I did, and that's what and I give credit where credit is due. I'm not that kind of person, but I mean, that's just how it was. I mean, it really took a village to raise me. So a lot of times people just don't have the money, especially, and everybody not, they're catching a check writers now.
Well, yeah, I think that's the thing. It's not a lot of stunt queens like it used to be.
Yes.
So people are actually working for their money now.
What are we talking about?
So I like the stunners.
Neil asked
the change in pageants from like now to like the last 20 years. Like, what's the biggest change?
Okay.
And so that is a change, because people don't craft and do as much as they used to do. So people are really like working for their money, and like, this is all I have to give you.
What I love that answer about it being not being original.
I think the money is not like how it used to be, because like y'all said, that it was a lot of crafty people back then in the day, that it was easy to do craft things, and people did those things, and it was easier for things to happen and for them to get certain stuff. And then you have now the girls that really work hard for what they're trying to produce, and that you have to understand, like, the people that's helping them, they got jobs and stuff and got their own bills and all that kind of stuff like that. And so it's not as feasible, and they can't produce certain things. And two, back then it wasn't we didn't have vendors like we have now. So we didn't have that kind of stuff. So a lot of stuff wasn't accessible back then. So when you were accessible to those things, the internet is back up. Everything is going off. The internet is coming back up. But when you had those things, like when you had to get Swarovski stones back then, you paid for those. So you knew that girl's spent some money.
Yes.
You know, when Terry Lynn Fox had Stephen Urick gown and he was there, you know, at the pageant when she wore the gown and all that kind of stuff. It was hard to get certain things, but now it's so much easier to get things now. You don't have to craft to do it. It's about how you prepare, I think, and about saving your money and getting the things that you want.
But also the face of drag has changed, because back then winning pageants were how you got your name out there. But now, you know, you can be on YouTube now, you can go on the different shows and stuff like that. So I think with the newer generation, being title holders is not as important to them, because you can get fame in the business without winning the pageants now. Because back then, because winning the pageants back then were your resume, and that's how you got booked from place to place to place to place. Now they don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, and I came like in the middle of it. I came in the middle of it, so I knew that running in pageants, that's how I needed to get my name out there, and because I wanted to entertain the world, and so that was the ultimate goal that I set out for before I even, got on television. I had somewhat of a name from doing a lot of the groundwork. So, but I'll always be a pageant queen.
So with that statement being said, Kennedy, do you see pageants or shows as a hobby or a career?
Before it was a hobby, because I was in the Navy. I had before that I worked at a law firm. I worked for Bank of America, and the last job I had was in the Navy. And when I left the Navy, I was just tired of giving up on a lot of things, a lot of my passions. I gave up dancing, I gave up singing, and I just got tired. So I turned my my dedication to drag, and that's when it became full time. It became full time in 2005. So this is definitely my career. This is how I make my money, and but before it was a hobby.
Tevin, what do you think about it? Do you look at drag as a hobby or career?
Well, of course, it's a career for me. Without me, it's not gonna be half the girls out there. So it's a career for me.
Yeah, I can't. What about you, Dominique?
It depends on who you're asking, and what their end goal is. Because I mean, there are people who just do it just for the fun of it, but for other people, they have made a career out of it. It's 60 to 100% of their income, and that's how they make their living. That's how they get and that's the definition of a profession. If it's how you 50% of how you make a living, then that's your profession. And I mean, and you're investing in it, and you're continuing to do things to help better yourself. Most definitely, it's a profession, and it's a little annoying when people say, "Oh, you just do drag. That's not real life." Well, honey, for some people, it is real life, because some people are living a better life than you by doing drag. Yes. So how can you say it's not? That's not real life. So
it's very real. And when you can file your tax, you can file your taxes, it's real.
And you better pay them, or they will come get you.
Well, see, maybe that's the thing, like that kind of struggle with it, because not even drag, but just the difference between a job and a career. And if you're doing shows, and you can be doing shows and you're making $1,200 here at your bookings because you are Kennedy from RuPaul Drag Race, then you're making another $1,200. But at the end of the day, once you stop all this, what's going to be your residual income? Like for a career, at some point in your career, you stop and you're going to still get a certain percentage of what you made throughout your years.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's how I define a career in a job, in a hobby or whatever. Because even when I stop, I'm still going to get a certain percentage of what I made. So,
well, a lot of times it's not the case when it comes to drag, but I get what you're saying.
Yes. So that's why, like, for a lot of people, I do see drag as a career if you work at certain clubs. If you work at certain clubs and bars that you guys are paying taxes, you guys are doing X, Y, and Z, like you guys are paying into Social Security, whatever, then yes. But when you just get an envelope.
But that's very, but see, that's very, that's I could tell you could probably count how many clubs are actually doing that. Okay. The only place that I know that was very, very smart is S4. Now there may be others like restaurants where you actually like Mary's or something where you actually, you know, have a job, but that's very few. That's a small corner of our drag community. So regardless of how it is, it still don't be a career for them because they're still making a living.
But see, that's the thing. Making a living is not necessarily a career. That's at the moment, because like with the pandemic happened and everything shut down, then you start seeing people doing all types of things, like different things. So I do think that maybe if it wasn't a career, that maybe people are starting to put more money into savings or put money into different things, because if something happens again, you need to be prepared for this, or you need to be like financially stable.
So, but I think also though that with a lot, which I think a lot of people kind of miss the point that some people do have other things that they do alongside drag, because some people are makeup artists. Some of them were trained dancers and they teach dance on the side, or they may have been into acting. I mean, there's always something else. Most of the people that you meet that do drag or that are serious with drag, there's something else in there, hairdressers and stuff like that. They have other things that are mixed in there with it. You very seldom find somebody that drag is all they know. A lot of people do have other things. I mean, no, Tevin, you can say your part in a minute. Put your finger down. Do not put that church finger up on me. But there are a lot of people that have other stuff going on. But then you have some that have never worked another job in their life.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, I want people to realize that, like, if something happens to this and you can't do drag or you can't rhinestone or something else, what are you going to fall back onto?
That's why I'm sitting up here doing this right now.
Like, you have to have other things to fall back onto.
And I think for the most part, a lot of entertainers do. Like, I don't mind. I know. Well, God forbid if anything was to happen to where I couldn't perform, I'm smart enough to get me to go and get me a career job, or prime example. Deja Richards worked slow down for her in drag, and she's a manager now. I mean, she works tirelessly, but I think a lot of girls have enough sense to know that, baby, you can't make it in this world without working.
Well, for me, now I can chime in since I'm back on the internet and all that kind of stuff. For me, when I first started out, it was something fun that I just wanted to do, that I saw that everybody was doing. I saw Tony Ross, I saw Jennifer St. John, my drag mother, all of them, and so it was something that I've always wanted to do because I wanted to be a performer. Once I got in it and realized why Tommy Ross was never at the club hanging out with us all the time, that's when I knew that it was something else that she was doing. Jennifer St. John, she wasn't there partying with us because she had a job. She would go to her 9 to 5 every day. She ended up being a manager at like Glamour Shots and all of that kind of stuff. And now makeup is just taking off for her. For Tommy was on bookings. So my thing was, once I realized that, I wanted to do that. I wanted to be where they were. I wanted to do why Chevelle not there? Because Chevelle is in Milwaukee. Chevelle is in New York. Chevelle is in Chicago. She's that's what I wanted. So I knew, and you know, and when I started doing shows, I had a job. I worked at I ended up working at Glamour Shots thanks to LaWanda and all that kind of stuff like that. So then I wanted something different, but I wanted to be like them. And the only way that I knew to be like them was to do pageants and get my name out there. So I took the pageant stuff seriously. And then once I got to the pageant, I saw other entertainers like Gina Jones and all of those women that won Miss USA at Large before me. And I said, oh, I want to be like that. I want to do that. And so I had to put the two together. And I had to say, okay, you got to look the part. You got to be this way when you go out. You got to do all of these things. So then it became more of a job and a career and not a hobby.
Right.
And I took myself more serious, and it just wasn't get on the show and look just to throw something together to do the show. No, I wanted my hair to be pretty. I wanted my makeup to be pretty. I wanted my clothes to be pretty. I wanted to perform. And I looked, because as a kid, I used to go to the club, sneaking in the club. I was a kid watching these people like Tommy Ross and them, and I'm learning what I'm watching. And I see the reasons why they are who they are. So I'm going to study these things. And I studied like videotapes and all that kind of stuff. Me and Paris had a talk about when she was in Continental and she all the years that she competed and where I was when she won. And I told her how I remembered and how we got to watch this video and we would have these parties because we weren't able to go to the pageant. You know, I wasn't. So when somebody got the videotape, we all had these parties. So I studied like drag. So I knew what I wanted to do. I knew how I wanted to be. I knew how I wanted the people to perceive me. I know I want to put out in the public because I learned from people like Tommy Ross and and how you want your peers to perceive you, but your friends know who you really are. And you know, it's a difference. You know, that person on stage is totally different from who I am off of stage. I want you to think that girl is grand. She got money. Because that's what she's supposed to look like. That's what she's supposed to portray. But I'm human. I have feelings. I bleed. I cut just like you do. And this is a job. This is something. This is like how Beyonce and J-Lo and all them take their stuff serious. We take this serious too, and we spend money on it. Granted, we have people that help us and give us all of that, but some of us don't. So everything that we do and in our profession, and you know those that take this stuff seriously because you can see it. You can see it. So you know how someone that take this stuff seriously and how they take their brand, because it's more than just your name. Yeah. It's your brand. It's your legacy.
Right.
Now, if you just around here playing in drag and all this and that kind of stuff like that, just let us know that. You know,
we'll be able to see it though. We can see that too.
Let me know. Let me know what you're doing. You know.
Oh, she playing.
But I wanted to see you put forth an effort. You know, I want to see you put into your craft, because if I don't see you put into your craft, I can't put into you. I don't even want to put my knowledge into you if I can't see you putting into your craft. Even with my kids, I can't get serious about what you're doing because I have my own thing that I'm dealing with over here. But if I see you putting into your craft, then I'm going to put my knowledge into you.
Listen, I think
get some knowledge.
What, Neil?
I think sometimes some people who are younger looking at the older girls, they want to be at like a certain status really quickly. And I don't think people realize sometimes you can turn your hobby into a career. And they like take their hobby and just make it a hobby and keep it fun, but they never elevate their hobby and make it a career. Like find what you're passionate about and then make money off of it, where it's always coming in.
Right.
And I find that a lot of people do not do that. They want to just sit around and just have fun with it.
Okay, so then Devon said, but do you have a plan after drag? Okay, so with my story, and then I'm gonna let them tell theirs. My story, because I was at a point some years ago where, and I always tell it, where I didn't want to do drag no more because it was the bar wars and all that kind of stuff like that, and you get tired of that, and then you have to realize, what am I gonna do after drag? What if something was to happen to me, what would I do? So I started looking for a job, and I wanted to quit drag. In the midst of me looking for a job, got an interview for Nordstrom's. I got sick and got diagnosed with diverticulitis, not knowing it would take me out for about a year or two. In that time, I realized I didn't have a savings. I didn't have anything. So what all I had was what I had in my pocket and some things for, I didn't have shit. Better yet. In that time, and I got to know, and I didn't want to do drag no more. I wanted to okay, this is me switching over to have a real life, what I call a real life. What it showed me that I didn't have to stop doing drag to do what I want to do. I could have a career. I can do what I love doing and have a 9-to-5. It showed me then that I needed to get life insurance. I needed to get some medical insurance. It showed me that I needed to start saving my money. I need to start thinking wisely, and it's not all about Drake. So that's what I started doing. I ended up getting a job in the midst of me. When I came out of my 60s, I got a job, and I was able to start saving money. So now I know how to save money. I know I need medical insurance. I know I need all these, and those are things that people don't tell you when you start doing drag. You think when you're young, it's the end all. You making quick money, just like when you are a hustler, But this is a business. You can make you file taxes on this stuff. So when my mama used to say to me, I just want you to get a real job. And when I got sick and she saw how my community came together for me, and how I was like, okay, well, I can't stop doing this because now I see that people that love me that I don't even know, how I have touched them in ways are supporting me. But now I need to know the business side of things. And that's what you need to learn. Because now you need to learn that you are a brand. You have to get your life insurance. You have to pay your taxes. You have to get your medical insurance because you are your own manager. You're your own boss. You are your own everything. So everything is going to come out of your pocket.
But sister, it's just like you for him to ask that question, it just makes it seem like drag is like something off the planet. It's just like any other job you may have. After that job, then what?
Then what?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. Everybody should have some type of plan. Everybody should be ready for
Jehovah's return.
Okay. Everybody should have some type of plan. I mean, it's a lot of things that happened in my life to where I had to learn as I went. And they started with me losing my father because I didn't know anything about the house. I didn't know anything about balloon payments and things like that. And he only had a life insurance policy, which allowed me to get him buried, And then once I got on RuPaul's Drag Race, that also opened doors for me to think outside of the box, as in what if something was to happen to me. So and by me being the guardian of my sister, I also had to get a will in place. I also had to get her pre-need and all that kind of stuff in order too. So all of that, as far as that is concerned, is taken care of. But it's like I'm not in a position right now to say, because I think it's to everybody's situation and what they have going on. I don't splurge my money. I don't, do all of that other stuff, but I do have a family that I take care of.
And with age comes wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you learn these things as you go along. Dominique, what about you?
Well, for the past, since 2009, I've been in nursing. So that's what I was doing. I was still working at Norman's Club on the weekends, but I had a Monday through Friday job. And then I went from working on the floor to where I was in more of the management position. I became the staffing coordinator. So I was training the staff and hiring the staff. And so when I moved here to St. Louis, that's what I was doing at Missouri Baptist Hospital in conjunction with working at Hamburger Mary's. Case in point. So, of course, as you all know, Hamburger Mary's closed down. Mm-hmm. But I have something to fall back on. I can jump back into nursing now. So I do have a backup plan. I have some experience in other fields that I can use. But I'm moving to Columbus here in the next 3 to 4 weeks. And, I'm going to be their show director up there. And
Columbus,
Ohio.
And we coming, child.
Yes, we are.
Oh, of course. I mean,
Ohio.
Oh, it's.
Yeah.
I love Ohio.
I love Ohio too.
I don't like.
So I have other things that I've done that I can fall back on. I do have a resume. I do have training. I mean, and then there's always. I mean, because look at Mocha. Mm-hmm. She's now in school for mortuary science. So I mean, there's always something that people can do if that's where your mind is.
And then too, like when we do drag and male drag, whatever it is, when you find your niche, like Tevin's a designer, so you have to work whatever your niche is. And and I have found my calling with our point of view, and like to sit up and talk to people about different topics and bringing people in to talk to me, to have this platform with me. That's a new thing that I'm trying to do. I never knew as an entertainer, I've always thought all I'm gonna do is turn in music for a living. I never knew that when somebody put that mic in my hand that I would be a host, and I would be hosting national pageants and shows and all that kind of stuff like that. You have to elevate your drag. You have to find something in your drag that's going to elevate you. You can't just always stay stagnant. It's always growing. So I never thought that I would be a host. So now I am a host. Now I'm a host of a show that I want to get syndicated and stuff. So it's different things that you're trying to do. And especially in this world today, you can find your career on the internet.
Sure can.
Yes.
And speaking of finding your career, don't forget y'all need to share the live and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chevelle Brooks 75, and you can also get your just.
Get your just.
Yes, and that $30 you can hit me up and pay $30 in my Cash App, Chevelle Brooks $ Chevelle Brooks 1. Okay, so you do different things to make your living. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at this day and age, you can do anything.
Yeah, I knew. I mean, for me, I knew I wanted drag to be my primary source of income. So I knew in order to do that, it's just for me, that I was going to have to take it mainstream, and that was during the time that RuPaul's Drag Race was on the rise. Right. So that was my thinking. I'm still an entertainer, and because I look at it like there are still places that I have yet to perform in. There are still people that I have yet to reach with my gift. Yeah. And my whole life has been a stage. I'm an artist. I have always been on the stage, and it's not that that's all I know. That's my passion.
I'm living my life after drag. I believe the children are the future. I'm helping the up and coming stars.
As you should, but you still have to prepare yourself for when things are rough for yourself.
Well, yeah, but my life after drag is what got me back into drag. See, because in the beginning I couldn't afford to do drag the way I wanted to do drag, so I wanted to give up, and so I started having to learn how to do drag on my own, within my budget and the way I did. So in trying to learn how to do it on my own, I started helping folks.
and you were more successful too, right?
100%.
Yeah, because you was doing it the way you wanted to do it.
Right.
Right. So that's a success story within itself, you know.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that my friends say he found his niche, you know, in what he does, and he also has a backup plan too, because that goes for them too. Donald Dickey, for those of you who don't know him, he's a professional porn star, and he's really good at his job.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Oh, really?
He's really good at his job, and he's successful at his work, and you can tell by the success of his videos that, you know, it's working for him and the type of videos that he does and that kind of stuff like that. And of course, he's working on, like he said, his things that he got on his own, and that he got to work. You always got to have a backup plan for when things don't work in his favor.
Well, I don't know, but I will if he send me some samples.
He can send what?
I'll let you know if it's good or not.
Send me some samples.
Yeah, I'll let you know if it's good or not, Donald Dickey.
How do you deal with guys? How do you guys deal with the possibility of failure when seeking other avenues? I don't think first of all,
shouldn't be a
failure. I don't ever think of it as failure, because if you give me an inch, I'm gonna take a mile, and that's what happened with this particular show. Happened. I've always had an after show for what I was doing at first, and then COVID happened, and I stopped wanting people to come into my home and different things, and just so happened this has happened. And so it kind of took off. So I took it and I ran with it. And now look what we have here. So whatever you have, you got to make your best. You got to make it work. You got to find something and make it work. You can't just give up. When you see failure, no, it's not an option.
Right.
Yeah. Failure is not an option. And as a kid, my dad.
But you also have to be realistic too.
It's not an option though. It may take you a long time to do it, but if you are persistent on what you want to get done to make happen, it will happen. It will come to fruition.
Yeah.
And you know, the possibilities of failure is also the possibility of greatness too.
Yeah.
So you have to be like willing to take the chance of either failing or being great. And a lot of times,
it's not like
you always trying to fail. That's why I say you have to be realistic. You have to keep it real with yourself or anybody else. So when you're going out here for these jobs, you have to go out there for something that you know that you can possibly do.
And I'm gonna tell you this: Andre Terrell said, "Hard work and dedication always pays off." I'm gonna tell you about this young man. This young man used to do drag. He's always been a designer. Now he has his own storefront where he designs his own apparel. He makes dresses and all kind of suits and different things. Now he has his own business. He don't even do drag no more. You know, so you have a talent in you. So find that talent, and you got to put your work in to make that talent fruition. You got to pay your money. You got to do all kind of stuff. You got to put some money into what you want to happen.
Yes.
You do.
You have to change it. You have to change your vocabulary too.
Yeah, you got to change the vocabulary. You see, we don't cuss as much as on here and all that kind of stuff. We don't have our drama and all that kind of stuff, but we want things to happen here on our point of view. And we can't smoke, we can't curse, we can't do that, but we can still get our point across and get our point of view across, and do what we want to do here in order to be successful. You know, but you know, everybody likes drama and all that kind of stuff like that. But you can't never give up on your dream. You have to always put into your dream.
Definitely.
You know, and
as a kid, we used to have those rallies in school, and about motivation and saying I can and things like that. And it never ever clicks in until you get into this world and you grow up and you become an adult and you start thinking back on those things, because my dad wouldn't even allow me to say I can't. And so now I don't even use that word, or try. No, I'm not gonna. No, you're not trying. You're doing. You know, somebody give you a compliment, or somebody say you're doing something, and you be like, "Oh, I'm trying." No, you're not trying. You are doing. Change your vocabulary.
Please change that. I'm gonna go off a little topic. I want to go back to something that Dominique had said earlier in the show, and I want to talk about that. Dominique said that she has an 8-year-old son, and that's always a topic about gay men raising kids, gay women raising kids, but there's never talk about transgender women raising kids. But we can talk about LGBTQIA plus people as a whole raising kids. And Dominique has had her son for
since he was 2 weeks old.
Yeah, like so.
So I did all the every 2-hour feedings, everything.
You know,
and go ahead, finish what you were saying.
It's an experience to have that, and some people want that. Some people can't even have that, and some people still fight for those rights to have that. You know, I commend you on your parenting and accepting that challenge in your life, because it is a challenge, especially when you know it's not your own child. And there are people who want to adopt that are in the alphabet community and everything, and they can't, and they have those struggles. So tell us your story, Dominique.
It's really funny how it happened, because I was at work one day, and you know, I've always been very vocal that I wanted to have a child, or I always wanted to raise children. I love children. That was my initial major when I went to college. I majored in early childhood education. So I had a love for children. So I was always very vocal about that. And I was at work one day, and my niece, she called me and she was like, I was wondering if you were still interested in raising a child. And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, why do you ask? She said, when you get off work, can you come over to my house? Went over to her house, walked in, and she said, can you take him and raise him? And just think, you don't get up thinking, oh, I'm finna go get I'm finna go get a baby today. So I said, and before I knew it, I was like, yeah, I do. And I took him home that day. And I've had him ever since, so unprepared. But it's just really ironic how things work out, because I was working at the club, of course, and then I was working during the daytime at my day job. But I was living off of the money that I was making at the club. So I had all these checks from my day job just in a drawer. And it's just so funny that I had all that money to just go to the store and buy everything that he needed. Oh, wow. Because I mean, this was a major, had to go buy the bottles, go buy formula, go buy baby bed, and all of that stuff. And I mean, and when I say, having him taught me so much about myself. I did not realize how immature about life I was. I didn't realize how frivolous I was until he came around, because now it flipped from me living for me. Everything that I was living for had to be about what I had to do for him. And I was forced to grow up just so fast, and it's in such a major way that it's made me a better person.
And so you say he's 8 years old now?
He's 8 now.
So what's like the biggest challenges with having an 8-year-old?
And it really starts about 6, but right now he's starting to think more logically, and what I say is not necessary. It's not good enough. He thinks through and analyzes every little thing that I say.
Smart,
it's
honey.
always okay, well, you need to go do this. Like say for instance, I'll say, go take your bath. Okay, why? So you can get clean. Okay, well, why do I have to take it tonight? I can take it in the morning. No, before you go to bed, you need to be clean so you can go to bed. But aren't you gonna wash that stuff anyway? So I can just take my bath in the morning. It's like that. I mean, he's starting to get his own personality, and he just doesn't take things at face value. He questions everything. And what I have to do is I have to be mindful that I don't admonish him for that, because that's going to be something that he's going to need to be able to do later on in life. I don't want him to be a yes man. When people tell him, you need to go do this, I want him to be able to say, well, explain to me the reason why this is important that I do this.
Right.
I want him to be a free thinker and know how to decipher for himself what's right for him.
So on the flip end, what's the best thing about having an 8-year-old?
What's the best thing about having an 8-year-old?
Definitely keeping you on your toes, I know.
Definitely. But let me tell you, just about having a child, period, this is the biggest thing for me. I used to go into these major depressions about not, after me and my ex broke up, which Chevelle and Kennedy knew about Nathan. That was the biggest love I ever had. And after we broke up, I was without a relationship for so long, and I would just slip into these modes of depression to where I was just hungry to be with somebody. I just felt like I really needed to be loved by someone. Having Sean in my life, it taught me what unconditional love really was. Because the way, and I don't want people to think that I'm being filthy when I say this, but I'm just saying this from a parent point of view. The way that he looks at me lets me know how much he loves me. The way that he wants to
say
come,
that all the time. Parents say that all the time.
The way that he comes and sits next to me and wants to be under me, that lets me know how much he loves me. When I do something nice for him and he looks at me, he goes, "You're the best." That lets me know that what it really feels like to be loved. So now I'm not really seeking relationships because I feel so filled up with love from him. It's very sufficient, the love that I get from him. Now I know how I don't want to be treated by anybody else, because he's showed me what it's like to be loved without any conditions. That's the biggest lesson that I think I've learned.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And it's not for everybody. A lot of people want to say, oh, I want a kid, I want a kid, I want a kid. But there are a lot of sacrifices there.
Yes,
and you have to become so selfless when you have a child. People always say, well, you don't, just my everyday life. They're like, oh, you don't dress like this, you don't dress like that. You want to know why? Because I'm paying for piano lessons, tennis lessons, gymnastics lessons, soccer classes, private school education. I'm making sure he has everything that he needs, because I want to make sure that I lay the perfect foundation for him to realize that anything that he wants to pursue in life, he can pursue those things, but he'll never know unless I open up those doors. So everything that I make, all the money that I make, I'm investing it in him. I'm almost 50 years old. I've lived life. I'm trying to do for him what I wish somebody had done for me. Because if I had someone to invest in me the way that I invest in him, there's no telling what I would be doing right now in life. God bless you, girl. He's a great kid. And I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
Yeah.
I just really would. It's an experience like no other. And I think that so many people, particularly, heterosexual people, they take it for granted what a blessing it is. To have a child in your life and for you to be able to shape and mold this little person into a world of greatness.
So how do you feel as a transgender woman raising a child and the stigmatization that is on that, by you being a trans woman raising a child, and how people could say things about that,
Mm-hmm.
So how do you feel about that?
You know what? I guess I've just never really thought about it, because as far as I was concerned, the only thing that I am to him is his mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I never let what anybody else had to say just enter my. It just never really entered into my mind.
Do you think that when he gets older, you will have to have those talks with him?
Most definitely, and that is something that. But what I'm doing now is that I'm trying to lay the foundation for him to. What my job now is to lay the foundation of him to love and respect people for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was around Nina and Tiffany and Sabrina, they were just people to him.
Mm-hmm.
When he saw two boys, two men kissing, he was like, "Ew, y'all are nasty, y'all are gross." He just see two people kissing, and so that's why I say it's so important, the foundations that I'm laying for him now, because later on that will shape the way that he thinks about people later on.
They say, will he know you are a trans woman, and will you have that talk with him?
When I feel that he's ready for us, he's mature enough to understand the conversation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I was approached. I have a friend of mine that had a crush on me since she met me, and she's a lesbian. Mm-hmm. And she approached me some years ago about having a child with her. And I was like, first I was like, girl, no, this and that. But I had to talk with my mom, and before my dad passed away, I had to talk with him about it, because I've always felt guilty about not being able to give my mother an actual grandchild. Mm-hmm. But then the way that my mom takes to my kids, and the way my kids treat my mom as their grandmother, mm-hmm. She says she's satisfied with that. And right. But I still struggle with the fact that I feel like I don't have that legacy, but then I think about it, I do. I do have it. Like Tevin told me, he said, "You are my mama," and the way that just like hit me in my heart to like hear that, So mm-hmm. and my mama know that, that these are my kids,
right?
And that's why I take like, no, I'm your mama. And mm-hmm. and when you say I got this mama, that, no, I don't know. That does not register with me, because that's not what I'm seeing.
Because as far as I'm concerned, there's more than one way to give birth to somebody.
Yes. Exactly. And
it may not be biological, and you may not have met the person until they're in their 30s.
Right.
But you can birth you can still give birth to people to be a better person than they were than when you met them. And so that in itself makes them your children.
Tevin made me realize that last week.
Yes, most definitely. And you embrace that. And and stand on that truth.
Because I've always said that. I've always said, that those are my kids, and and nobody can take that. Those are my kids. Tevin made me realize you've been saying it, but it's the truth.
And the people that try to make it feel like that's not as substantial as having a birth child, those are the people that don't really understand what it means to live in that place in life.
In addition to that, like I have been groomed all of my life to take care of my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's like she's like my daughter and my sister all at the same time.
And that's what I said about Lisa Ray and the Brat. When they were having that combative moment and everybody was ganging up on Lisa Ray. But y'all have to understand that was like her baby. You know? So last week we had like a really bad moment, but we had a come to Jesus moment after it was all said and done. And so I had to realize some things that what I say, it is really that true. And for my kids too, they do feel the way that I feel about them. And Tevin, you made me realize that, that's what it was. And I have to put in my mind too, because in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, is that how you treating your mama? And you said, yes. And I said, oh, okay. Okay. Now I get it. So Dominique, kudos to you. I'm so proud of you, sister, and what you're doing. And you are raising a wonderful African-American young male to be open in this world, because it's a struggle. It's a struggle for our Black men. It's a struggle for our Black women. It's a struggle for Black Lives Matter. Right.
Because, I took him to a Black Lives Matter rally right after the George Floyd situation. And it was just really sad because he asked, what were they marching for?
See?
And that was not even our intention for that day. I had taken him to a park to play. And we saw all these people with poster boards and they were lining up. He was like, what's going on? And that's when I knew I've got to take him over here and let him see it and be a part of it. So all the people, there were Black people, there were white people, everybody was out there. And so he asked me, what's going on? Why are we walking up this street? And I had to explain that to him. I had to explain to what happened and then the why it happened and why we could be marching for him one day. I had to explain that to him, and he's only 8 years old. But I had to make sure he understood in that moment, because me telling him now when it wasn't going on would not have been as impactful as me doing it in the midst of it all. You know what I'm saying? And people coming up to him saying, I love you, little brother. And that was special to him. Oh, he called me little brother. Somebody said, you're a good looking Black king. He's like, she called me a king. That
makes a young boy feel so good. And you need to tell them why.
Right. And so, I had to let him know in that moment. So now, it's really interesting because it was before the school year started. Now he stands in his own 8-year-old way. He stands in his Blackness at school. He stands on that. And the facts that I teach him about different people in Black history, he doesn't mind sharing those facts with his white classmates.
Amazing. That's beautiful.
Oh, girl. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just really crazy. Yeah.
And it makes you feel good as a parent.
Oh my God. That he's actually, because just when you don't really think, oh, he'll forget what I said tomorrow.
Oh, they remember. He's 8, baby. He don't remember everything.
He doesn't forget anything. He has a photographic memory, and it's really funny because I told him, I said, he was getting ready for a math test, and I had told him, I said, well, you do know that math was originated by Black people in Egypt. They stole that from you. They stole that from us. I said, they stole our history from us. I said, but you're supposed to be good at math because it came from us. He is an excellent math student. And so, when he brought home his math test that he took, and he made an A on it, but the teacher only gave him half the credit because he refuses to show his work. He just wants to do it in his head. And she was like, no, he has to show his work. Half of the point is for getting the answer right. Half of the point is showing his work. So I said, well, Sean, you have to show your work so that they can see how you got the answer. And he was like, why? He says, I'm smart. You said this came from me. He says, I know what I'm doing. He said, so he never forgets anything. He never forgets anything.
I love it. That's beautiful. So, we can raise wonderful kids to be productive in society. Right. And that's what people don't see for our alphabet community.
Right.
Because they think they're gonna be raised up to be a certain type of way, and they think that if you're raised by a alphabet person that you're gonna be gay or you're gonna be a threat to society. It's crazy, the myths that are put upon us and in this community,
Right.
But the knowledge that we could give these kids,
especially as it relates. Go ahead, Chevelle. I'm sorry.
And you said especially as it relates to
how to love other people.
Exactly.
And how to accept other people. Because if I think about my upbringing, any bigoted thoughts that I ever had came from my straight relatives.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I learned it from.
And what were you gonna say, Neil?
I was just saying it was like just beautiful about the whole experience of being a Black child and like loving your Blackness. Because even when I was a kid, of my siblings, I'm the darkest of my siblings. So I'm like, it's like, oh, darky Black kid. And so being Black and the darkest one was not, it was
a
not
beautiful thing being a bunch of people.
And it was like it played with my self-esteem as a child until I got older. So just knowing that Black is beautiful, Black is powerful, Black is educated, Black is all these great things. Like kids need to know that, even not even saying just from having a child that's in being raised by an LGBTQ person, but just a child in general. They need to know that like Black is great.
Yes, it is. And even, coming out as a young kid in the drag community and all that, and seeing the black dark skin, I'm gonna say black, the dark skin drag queens painting themselves lighter.
Right.
To be pretty like the light-skinned girls. That's what I admired about Jennifer St. John, because she was a beautiful Black queen. And that's why I loved her. She was a beautiful Black woman, and she was dark-skinned, and she was beautiful. She stood up against Tommy Ross and all of them women, and she was beautiful. And that's what I loved about it. So we could talk about our Blackness and all that. I'm going to go to a little commercial break, and we'll be back to talk about a little bit more before we go into some other topics. And we are back from our commercial and all kind of dish, and we're gonna move right into our next discussion. Don't forget, you guys, please share the live and have a watch party and do all of those things like that, so we can build our dish over here at our point of view. So, okay, listen, I'm gonna start into this. How do you feel about dating someone you work with or is in your same circle or your gay family? Well, for me, okay, the gay family thing I wasn't with because my at the time my circle was so small. But now you got to be kind of lenient with stuff. But me, I like to have family gatherings. So I don't believe in the family thing. And they like, well, we ain't family for real, and we ain't this, that, and the other. No, but bitch, it's other people out here that you can wang dang doodle with. Dating somebody in your workplace. I ain't never done that either.
It can be messy.
So dating family members, I have a whole theme. A family that play together, stay together.
See, and I'm not with that. I'm not with that. So wait, hold on before you go any further. Near Andre, her mother is Alexis Davenport, which is my mother, and also Kennedy's mother. So this is tonight is really a family affair because Tevin is my son, Kennedy is my sister, Dominique is my sister, and actually Neil is my nephew, my great nephew. Actually. Because Nicole is his mother, and that's my niece. So I don't know why she even acted funny with her auntie. Now I'm gonna put my auntie card. Now go ahead, Neil.
Y'all sisters.
So,
child,
I don't really have a problem.
I'm missing.
I don't have a problem with what necessarily family members playing with each other, because I do believe that we are gay males at the end of the day.
Right.
That's how I feel personally. Now, when you decide to go from playing to dating people in the same circle, that's when things get a little messy.
Look, even my sister say she ain't never dated them, but she screwed a couple. When you involve sex in your family members and stuff, and y'all always being around, hey, Baxter Brax with your messy self, I love you. It can cause mess. It can cause a whole bunch of drama. Ain't nobody got time for no drama.
Well, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's a different playing field when it's on a serious level, because love has no agenda. Now, if you find somebody, if you find somebody and you fall in love with them, that's just like saying, for me, it's just like saying loving a man is wrong, because love has no direction. So if that person just happens to be another drag queen or somebody,
that's different.
How is it different?
Cause bitch, I'm saying, bitch, that's my brother. Bitch, I wanna have him. Ooh, that's my son. Ooh, bitch, that's my son. Ooh, bitch, I wanna give my son some of this good. What? Miss, hey, let me explain something to you. Once we done got to that, it's a wrap. It is a fucking wrap.
But don't they say that that's an initiation for some of these families, that you have to sleep with somebody?
See, that's why I don't play that. That's why, no. I just told y'all, I take this stuff serious.
A family that play together, stay together.
No. See, that's why you was raised with Sasha Valentino. See, Nicole got you and she sent you over there with Sasha. And Sasha was with all of that. See, I'm not with no ma'am. See, no. No.
Well, to each his own.
So
you feel that way too, sister?
No. Now,
yes, she do. She do.
No. Let me clarify. Now, okay, let's just say
exactly, Lisa.
No, prime example. when I lived in Florida for 8 years. I come back to Dallas and I got all these nieces and nephews. Baby, I don't know you, but you can get it. I am not your uncle. Baby, I'm not your auntie.
Well, wait. Baby, okay, so girl, look. With that being said, now see, now you're going into another topic that we already got. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it.
I would not want to have with someone in my family that I have an existing relationship with. No.
Right, Tracy.
Oh, we different in that. It's people who we like messed around the very first time we met each other, and we are still friends 20 years later.
Right.
People who as time progresses, we just have a good time, and we just one thing leads to another, and you just enjoy the night.
Yeah, that sounds like a movie. that sounds like a movie. Girl, I promise you. No, I just cannot do like you. Girl, I'm sorry. Now, okay, so now I'm going to say this. Now, I pick my own great-grandchildren, my grandchildren, my children, and my grandchildren. That's it. When it goes into that great-great-granny and all of that, and then the great-great-great-great-great-great auntie, and okay,
and I ain't never met you before.
No.
And you want to holler off and call me auntie and all this stuff.
Okay, so we're going to bring these topics together.
That's when you start looking at them and saying, I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in my
car. No, Neil.
As y'all can see, we going over time, so there is no after show tonight.
Well, I will make a confession though. If he no, I didn't do anything. But honey, I'm sorry. If I thought that he would play with some breasts, Damien could get it.
Our brother?
Yes.
If he did what, girl? Because I wasn't paying attention.
If I thought he would play with some breasts, Damien could have it.
That's because you and Damien don't have. First, okay, we're not going to go with
Wait, who is Damien?
My brother, Damien Robichaud.
Oh, light-skinned Damien?
That's Kennedy's best friend.
Oh, light-skinned Damien.
Yeah, my brother, baby. My brother fine, baby.
Yes, he is, baby.
My brother fine, and
he got that gray hair coming in too. Oh my God!
And he's handsome. Look.
Yes,
that's your truth. That's your honest. You honest about it.
I'm not mad at it.
I like you cannot. Right, I'm not, girl.
Okay,
he's very handsome.
But that's because you and Damien don't have that relationship. Now, I be sitting up there talking about brother, like he would be like, sister, no, you know better.
But Dominique, you got to know if it's gonna be two cars parking at each other or two parking at each other.
Well, Neil, I'll just put it to you like this. I have been known to be the parker and the parkee.
You know what that
Park at your wheel.
Okay.
What you want? Do you want a car or do you want a space?
Which garage door opens first?
Okay. Hello.
So, girl, look, I just can't. Once I realized that, other than that, because let me tell y'all something. And that's why I be liking to know who my grandchildren is.
Right, because that's going to go into what I had. That's going to go into what I was about to say.
Girl, I didn't know who my grandchildren is.
A lot of times, the attraction comes before who who they are.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
And I've ran into, and on another note, I've ran into a couple of situations where I have, had conversations with someone, and I had,
expressed to them what you want to do.
Huh?
And you expressed to them what you want to do, and they had said, "No, Granny, not Granny."
No, they was like, they want me to be their mom, and I'm like, that's not what I was talking about.
Oh, see, girl, that goes to us talking about when they talking about, can you touch me? No, Miss Thing, girl.
But see, I think it's different for like girls and boys, though.
It really is. Now,
I think it's different.
It really is, because they so much lenient with you guys.
Because it's a lot of people who
thank you,
family
Savannah.
That stay together. That's all I can say. A family that play
together. Okay, so what do you think about dating your friend's exes?
No, if that's a real friend, first of all, I want to say, if that's a real friend, then you wouldn't even be interested in that person. But we talk about like 10 years ago, he free. I mean,
I'm just not going to do that.
That's community property after, a certain amount of time, but I don't see any interest.
I'm going to say this. My thing is, if y'all dated past a year, maybe a year or two, give it a year or two, then no. Now, if y'all do what y'all normally do, then no.
Okay.
Then no.
Together for 3 months and break up after.
No. But if y'all had some history together and all that kind of stuff, no.
Right.
I'm not going to do it only because
I agree.
I probably won't do it only because, like, most of my friends are probably my undercover exes too.
Yeah, so see, so you got that's your problem. That's your problem right there, honey. See, you can't speak on those things.
Oh, like
I love it, Neil.
Well, I tell you, me, my friends, my family, we gotta find a common bond with each other.
And so that's it. That's the bond.
Oh, and
the heaven is the bond.
And you can't have no titties. Hey, grandbaby, my grandbaby.
When you have an understanding, if two adults have a mutual understanding, I don't see what the problem is.
Neil sound like the new Monty.
Yes, God, Devon.
Wait.
No.
That ain't been new. That's old. Child, no. I'm telling you, if I can make a movie about all the things that I have talked to with these Butch Queens, I would have a hit on my. Y'all think Tyler Perry made some stuff? I can make some stuff because I can hold on to some things, and the stories that I have had mixed with some stuff that I need some of y'all to call me and tell me about. So y'all know I'm trying to make a movie. It will be so interesting. I'm just saying.
That's how I feel. Like, some people you start off playing and you having a good time, and then they get serious, and all of a sudden you caught up in the rapture, and it's just too much.
Don't listen to Anita Baker. I love her. Y'all talking about caught up in the rapture. Okay.
Oh yes, they get caught up in the rapture.
Well, I'm gonna move on to this. What are your thoughts about dating your friends' ex? Oh, we did that already. No friends. Do you think you have to
I do have something to say on that topic. I had a person who told me one of their friends doesn't mind dating like a friend ex, and he said, "What if God brought that person to me through you?"
Oh, see, now y'all trying to put God on it.
They do.
So you want to put God on it and say that's what happened?
Yeah,
then you still break up. Oh, they told you did, so you're a whore. But no. You can't put God up in there, Jim. You can't put God up. You don't know, because y'all always say God brought him to me, and then 3 months later y'all broke up.
And God don't even know him.
And y'all didn't say God said get rid of him.
Baby, God don't even know you when you talk about
girl.
You don't know him either.
They always put God in it. Stop bringing God in. And no, God ain't brought y'all together. No, your whoreness brought you together. True tea.
Somebody called me a whore.
Yes, somebody called you a whore.
I'm just trying. You know, anytime I do something with somebody, I just try to give them the best of my love.
Oh, you are into songs tonight.
Whoa.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah, you are into songs tonight, honey. So they talking about God, not God.
No.
Yeah, you gotta talk about God, not God. Okay, but see, that's a different story. Because the God could be Naisha Dupree.
oh my God.
True tea. Okay, so look.
Like, oh God.
Oh God, honey. Okay, so look. Do y'all think that you have to like or get along with your coworkers in order to work with them?
No.
Absolutely not. No.
If you are grown, if you are an adult and you have responsibilities and priorities and shit, you should be able to work with somebody that you do not like, because it's not about them.
Because I'll tell you, I work with a lot of I don't like, but girl, I'm gonna work anyway. It's a lot of stuff I don't like, but I sit in my own circle and I do my own thing. Because guess what? I'm here to sing somebody else's music and to perform and to give you some likeness or something. I'm not going to stop making my coin because I don't like you. And we don't have the same views. That's crazy.
We don't even have to talk. I come in to speak, and my whole objective is to work. I don't have to talk to you to work.
I don't even have to agree with what you're talking about.
Right.
I don't even have to listen to it.
You know, some jobs you have to listen to it. Sometimes you have to hear it, but I don't have to agree. And you have to understand that as a person, as an adult, that somebody's not going to agree with everything that you talk about or you believe in. That offers discussion. You know, that's up for discussion, and we can talk about it. We may agree to disagree, or we might agree. But I don't have to like you and your views. I don't even have to like you per se because of things that you do.
Right.
But guess what? I'm not going to stop my money. And I know people who have not went to Bookers because a girl was working there and they have seen that girl post some racist things that she might have posted on. So I don't want to work with her and this and another. Okay, so you finna stop your coin because you don't like her and her ignorance and what she's saying. You don't even have to talk to her.
Right. Long as you're not up in my face trying to be fake and shit.
Because I can't tell the light company I didn't go to work because I didn't like that queen.
That is so stupid and that is childish. That's why I said if you are an adult and you have responsibilities and bills to pay, baby, you ain't got time to be worried about what the next bitch got going on.
Wait a minute. So you did a scene with somebody that you didn't like
I know a few of them did. I know I have friends that's in the industry, and a lot of them don't like the people that they do scenes with.
Hey, Nikki.
Girl, so that means so and if you topping them, you're supposed to put a bang, 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 bang. You get them their life.
Baby, that's what you call acting, honey, because I'm telling you, I've heard stories. I have heard stories, baby.
Who's this Donald Dickey? I never heard this person.
Child, you know him when you see him, child. You know him, child.
Let me go Google Donald Dickey so I can see.
He said that he would send some previews.
Send me a sample.
Child, that's my friend.
He said he'll send some previews.
Sample me.
DM
no relation. I'm not Googling shit.
I caught that. He said he would send previews.
Oh, please DM me.
All y'all talking about, I can't hear what y'all saying.
DM
me. Yes, Neil.
Donald Dickey. I guess his name. I guess he's the car and not the.
Oh no, he's definitely the car. He's definitely the car.
He's the limo.
Yeah, he's definitely the car now.
Donald. So okay. So going back to people who we like working with. I don't have to like you to work with you or make money, and that's just being professional. Like even in my everyday job, I work with over 100 adults in my school. I don't like all those people, but we just still have to work together for the better good of the school, the kids, X, Y, and Z. Even this show, I might not like when we first started. I might not have liked 1, 2, 3, 4, how many people on the show, but I'm still going to give a good show for the betterment of people. Exactly. I'm not going to let somebody deter me from not having a good show because I don't like them personally.
Right.
And there you go. Yeah, so y'all get your just so I wasn't gonna put it out there. Just you do your own thing. You do your own advertising. His name is Ray Diesel. See, and there goes another thing because see, I knew him. Evidently, I met him before I knew who he was, and then when we would talk, I knew who he was. So now I can't even watch his movies no more because that's my friend. I can't, girl. Now, 1 or 2 I probably got into, but it's my friend now. So now I don't see him like that.
Oh, girl, you don't have to see him like that to watch, Mary.
I know, child. Sometimes it's but it just depends on who that friend is, though.
I can't watch my kids.
Now
if it's good, it's good.
You do what, Tevin?
I can't watch my kids.
I mean,
I do.
I don't even know if I have.
I got 3 porn. I got 4 porn stars. I can't watch
them. That's what happens when you're a family that don't play together. You can't watch them.
Now I didn't say we couldn't play together. Now he has some friends that he do the show that he work with that I will play with, and he can come along. But that's because I might need him to get me to end up playing with those friends.
To spin it up.
But y'all gotta turn the cameras off. And see, I can play with my friend, but we can't have no camera on.
You do turn that camera off. Please turn that camera off.
Y'all going so off topic, I promise you. Y'all so tired. Okay, so look. And speaking of porn industry, and I know that some of my porn counterparts, look, my porn counterparts, because y'all are my friends. But silicone use and the pros and cons of it, because I have had some friends who are really dealing with their silicone and the fact that they have put the silicone in their body, and now it's rejecting as they're getting older, and so they're having problems with it. And some that have silicone that are not having problems with it, and it's okay. But there are people still getting this done. They are still going and getting illegal silicone use. And I have a friend right now that's dealing with it. I have actually 2 friends that I know of that is dealing with it, and they have lower silicone injections in their body. One of them is going to get it removed because she find it hard to get out of her bed and walk. And that's some things that we don't know that these women are dealing with, because we didn't have back then the doctors that would touch us and would do the butt transfer, the BBLs and all the things that we can do now, the facial feminizations and all that. We didn't have that access to these doctors. So we had these illegal doctors that were making us look and feel like the woman that we felt that we wanted to be. Mm-hmm. And now it's rejecting for some of these women. Me, myself, this bad shape is mine. This water clean, though. This water clean and this and stuff is good. and that's all I have ever worried about. I ain't never worried about getting no hips and nothing because they made styrofoam for the show. Because that ain't what they looking for. Now I'm gonna walk around here with this auntie shape during the day, and I'm good with that. But some people, want this amazing shape and these fabulous bodies, and they went about the illegal way to get it, and now it hurts them. I want the new girls out there to know that it is a way that you can go to a doctor and you can get the body that you want. It might take some time, but you have to wait. Don't be in a rush for it, because there are side effects to this thing. And I know the people that I have discoloration. I know people that has had body aches. They barely can walk, but they put up a good fight and a good show to perform for you guys. And you don't even know the struggle that they're having outside of this. And I know it was a decision that they had to make on their own. But what do you do when you're older? But when you're new and you're just starting out, we are here to tell you that that's not the route to go. It's other routes to go. And I know that, I know some girls here in Houston that is still getting illegal silicone because they want that fast booty. They want them hips. But for what? When you
the boys too,
and the boys, it's not worth it. Do your homework first, and do what you got to do to go to the doctor and pay your money. Because now girls are going to the doctors in Miami and all that kind of stuff like that. I don't even know where they getting that corn from because I ain't even getting that corn, but I want to go. I want to get this. I want to get this what I call a skid skirt that laps over your pelvic area. I want that gone. I would love a flat stomach, but I got to raise that money to get it done correctly.
Well, I think a lot of people want like these what I almost call like these microwave looks.
Yeah.
Where they go through and they see people like Stasha or Raquel or somebody like that. And
the girls that's been little all their life.
Right. But they want that look immediately. They don't want to wait like the years and put the time in. They want it right now. So then they go and get these looks and they go get these things done to their body and it don't quite look right because microwave look.
The Wi-Fi went out again.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but we had to give. I was wondering, we had to give her a pass today because she had made a disclaimer before the show.
Oh, what happened?
It's the internet connection out in the area. But so let me ask a question. Do that mean? But that still means she got Wi-Fi for the internet out right.
Oh my God.
we just can't tell her. We can't tell her like we can't tell her when it be her static. Her mama just disappeared. Bewitched, come back, Samantha.
NEM.
Kennedy.
Oh, she gone.
Kennedy, did you ever have a moment where like you want to like transition, or did you always want to be just like somebody that did be one that transition?
No, I never wanted to transition, but I did feel like I needed to be a certain way in order to win a national. Like I did take hormones for a bit because I was told that, you know, I was too muscular in the arms because I was so slim, and I was a dancer, so I was really cut. So, you know, I was very discouraged from wearing heart-shaped dresses and anything that showed my arms and stuff. So I felt like I needed like hormones and stuff like that, stuff that I needed in order to, you know, give what I wanted to give in a pageant.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, but I quickly got out of that. That was back in like that was like the start of my journey, my US of A journey. But I quickly snapped out of that. But I never had the desire to be a woman. You know.
Okay. You know, you said something that was like a pet peeve of mine, like when boy queens wear sweetheart cut dresses with no chest.
Oh God!
Have a sweetheart cut dress. That irks my soul something awful.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! It irks Tommy Ross's soul too.
Well, I mean, I don't even have those kind of dresses. Honestly, I like to stay covered because it gives me more of the illusion. Like I don't like wearing fake silicone breasts and all that stuff. I like to be covered. It just to me it's more real than showing the silicone breasts or a flat chest. And that's just what I've learned as far as my aesthetic. That's what I give. I like to be covered.
Well, Dominic, you have something to say on the subject?
He changed the subject. So what are we on? What subject are we on?
Yeah. So I'm just getting back. I'm just trying to find out.
So which subject are we on?
You can talk about whichever subject you want to talk about, Dominic.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all about the subject we're gonna talk about. How about we talk about a commercial break? I'm so tickled over here, honey. Every video, every commercial that was posted just then was old.
I just noticed that. I'm like, girl, these are dated. These are outdated, honey.
Yeah, every one of them posts.
Every one. I'm like September 25th.
Except for Roxy and Tasha Long. Every one of them was old. And I was on a tickle over here. I couldn't even stop the video to even come back and say, y'all, that was even old. But guess what? We here each and every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. So that's all that even matters. And so I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to our point of view. As y'all know, we're not gonna have no after show tonight because.
But what's going on?
Who is that?
Dominique, I so enjoyed you tonight, Dominique.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank you for having me.
I love you tonight.
Don't forget, you guys. We are here each and every Wednesday night. Our new time is 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern, and 7 o'clock Pacific. And you can catch Funny Fantasia every other Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, because she was in the ads, but it was an old ad. And you can catch Tasha Long every Thursday and every Saturday at the time that she's on, because I really don't know. And you can also catch Roxy Andrews for Makeup Mondays every night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Central Time, because I do know that. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we love you guys here at Our Point of View. And thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. And thank you for telling your friends about it. Dominique, we appreciate you, and thank you for your time. We can't wait to have you back on Our Point of View.
Oh, please bring me back soon. I loved it.
They loved you tonight. If y'all love Dominique, y'all show her some love, and y'all go follow her and all that kind of stuff like that, and do all the things. Where they can catch you at, Dominique?
What time on the show?
Yeah, whenever they come.
Oh, girl, I ain't working no show.
But you're gonna be moving to Ohio soon.
I'm moving to Ohio. Yeah, in 4 weeks, I'll be at Bosco's on High Street every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
What part of Ohio is that?
Columbus.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
so
good.
I'm excited.
Thank you, Stephen. Y'all can also catch Stephen. Stephen does he does flyers, he does logos, graphics. He does graphics, he does all those type of things. So y'all hit Stephen Antonio up. He is a supporter and a friend to the show. Dominique, thank you so much, and we really enjoyed your insight on raising your child. We enjoyed your insight on politics. We enjoyed your insight on everything, and we appreciate you, and we thank you so much. And we're gonna have you back soon.
Please do. I loved it. I had a great time. Thank y'all.
Yes.
Last week I told you guys,
we definitely gonna have you on.
Say that again.
When they turn us into a movie, we definitely gonna have you on.
What you say, Nia?
Last week when I was telling you, I was like, "Oh, I might have big news, but I gotta wait till it's official." So, got news yesterday. Like, you know, every Labor Day, MLK, that's like the big balls in Atlanta. So MLK weekend, my friends, I've got the big ball in Atlanta. So I'll be giving you guys more information on that.
Oh, so you having the ball this year?
So it's gonna be in Atlanta, MLK weekend. It's gonna be amazing.
Chevelle, are you going?
Plenty of money to be made.
Girl, I will be in Atlanta that weekend. Also, I'll be at Midtown Moon that Friday and Saturday.
I've never been to Atlanta for MLK weekend.
Yeah, so and we're thinking about having a live Our Point of View show. So we're working on that. So we need some supporters and we need some sponsors for that Our Point of View show so we can make that happen. So if you are interested into helping us, please be a sponsor for the Our Point of View live taping in Atlanta that Wednesday before that weekend happens. That part. Yes. That's the day I want to do.
The ball is going to be that Saturday night. So.
And the ball is going to be that Saturday night. So we need Our Point of View on that Wednesday before or that Wednesday after so we can talk about it, just. Yes. So I want to thank y'all guys so much for tuning in to Our Point of View. Please don't forget to go and subscribe to Chevelle Brooks 75, our YouTube channel, to see more things that the Boom Boom Brooks presents. And I'm going to be taking y'all on the go with me. And speaking of going on the go with me, let me show y'all a little bit of my on the go with Boom. I'm earthquaking, room shaking, and money making. I put the boom in every room. That's why I stay fully booked. Yes, that was something that I was doing back in 2014 when I was Miss Gay USA Classic, but now I'm going to bring it back so y'all can see wherever I'm going and all that kind of stuff like that, so y'all know what the Boom Boom Brooks presents and all that kind of stuff, including Our Point of View. So subscribe to Chevelle Brooks 75. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Tevin. Thank you, Kennedy. We hope you feel better. Portia, we send all of our love and our prayers for you. And Dominique, anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome to come back. We love you so much here at Our Point of View.
Yes, we do.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. I gotta go.
Love y'all.
I gotta go work to the boom boom room and see what's going on. I might go live, so y'all might need to look into it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We'll be back next week at 9:00 with our special guest is the incomparable Tamisha Iman. So thank you guys so much and good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.